Epstein Nation, living in an Epstein Nation. That was a good one. Welcome in, early heads. Welcome in, early heads. Welcome in, early heads. Welcome in, early heads.
Going for the back of beyond.
Welcome in chat. Welcome in chat. Welcome in chat. It is Tuesday, the 10th of March, 4:20. Welcome in. How you guys doing? If anybody's died since the last stream, please do tell me, because as we all know, whether you are in heaven or in hell, you definitely have access to Ugopnik, Twitch, and both. I love that during the intro, somebody said that apparently there was some Reddit coup. And I Googled it, and it was an attempt to change the leadership of r/Tanky, the deprogram. And I honestly was confused on... I was confused on whether I should care or not. I'm glad that the coup was stopped, I guess, but you know that I don't take myself very seriously, right? Like, I genuinely don't. This is like half comedy, half, principled Marxian analysis. But like, I don't think I have enough lack of ego in me to seriously cover a Reddit coup. Like, I take myself seriously enough not to talk about a group of people thinking that it's some sort of intelligence operation to go into another group's Reddit and try to... What the fuck? Can't believe I'm even saying these words. Every sentence ever has been said. Man, I have a big forehead today. Big thinker, man. American Communist Party. So what? Some of the people that say they are the members try to infiltrate the administrative body of r/Tanky, the deprogram. I mean, the deprogram Reddit used to be the biggest leftist Reddit on the whole fucking platform. Then it got yoinked because we were partying too much when Charlie Kirk got yoinked. And then everybody migrated to the more, let's say a little bit, slightly bit more radical, but also more like theory driven. I'm not saying that's bad or good. Tanky, the deprogram, right? Which also grew a lot because we built motherfuckers or something. It grew to like 50, 60,000 members as well. And then the ACP guy was made a mod. Okay, let me like go down this extremely strange story. I know that Not Potato Bolshevik posted something, and I saw it, but I didn't know that it was about the program Reddit. So it's like, can we please get some clarification? Some guy was added, and the guy started deleting posts. Then the guy said, And the posts were critical of certain people. And then that same guy said, I'm not deleting them because they're critical of those people. I'm deleting them because they're just one-liners. Even though half of the posts on that Reddit is just one-liners glazing different historical figures. I mean, it's fucking Reddit. And then people are like, why don't you like this particular organization? And other people are like, bro, like the world doesn't revolve around America. There's mostly internationals in this community. Why are you even here? What are you trying to do? I don't know, man. What the fuck? What the fuck? My fucking Reddit coups, bro. Like, come on, man. I don't know. My entire body is just cringing at this at this entire scene. Though it is very entertaining to hear that a lot of people have a lot of fun, I guess. Like, there's a bunch of guys that like connect over Discord and then have these plans about how to take over a subreddit, and then they take over the subreddit and they think they slowly mold the people's opinion, the people that go on that subreddit. You do know that most people then just leave that subreddit or start their own subreddit. when it comes to like people with already developed political opinions that are pretty far down the pipeline, such as people that would join a Reddit page called r/the program. Those are not the guys you should be pitching your idea to. I'm trying to be as open-hearted here as possible, and I hope that these are like just a bunch of free radicals that, were not necessarily pushed or orchestrated by some of the heads of ACP itself. I hope that's the case, because otherwise I'm even more confused. Why you getting in my shit for, bro? What the you want to smell this dick? I don't get it. You don't want to smell this dick. That's why I'm hoping they're not trying to smell this dick, because it's a stanky ass fucking dick when it gets slapped on the forehead. But again, I hope that's not there's just a couple of cunts that are doing fucking cunt shit. That's it. Thank you very much, Hachi Boo Boo, for the 5 gifts. Thank you very, very much. Very kind of you, Hachi Boo Boo. But yeah. Your mask is inside out. No, it's fucking not.
Wonderful. A new child soldier can be a subscriber.
Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you very much. Sees the means of Reddit commenting in some terminally online, not just leftist behavior, just behavior as a whole. Yeah, anyways, yeah, very strange. Like, I didn't even know this was happening. I start the stream and people are hitting me with that. It's fucking weird. Sorry, I'm Jesus Christ, that fucking just brain rotted the fuck out of me. I don't even know. Okay, the next news after the top news of Reddit coups, actual war causing thousands to die, and the Americans slowly taking a step back from saying that they are winning. We are 100% winning, because obviously they're not. Trump is starting to throw a bunch of people under the proverbial truck, because things are not going the way they are going. The Republicans are already doing what we said they were going to do. They're going to say, if you complain about high oil prices, you're actually stupid. If you're starving, you're actually a dumb motherfucker. So very fun. Let's see all the cope, and let's see how the Iranian military is performing. Welcome to a new Yugopnik week. We are starting our tax counter from the beginning. Last week was incredibly productive. Let's be as productive this week as the last one. 1, 2, 3. Let's fucking go.
Kristen, what about oil prices and the impact that they're having? I've seen Donald Trump say, look, we're not that impacted, meaning the U.S. is not that impacted because the U.S. is actually a big energy producer. So other parts of the world are more heavily impacted by the closure of the Strait of Hormuz and the rising energy prices. But there's a key metric in the U.S. during all these Middle East conflicts. It's true now. It was true 20, 30 years ago, is when there's an energy choke point, it does impact, U.S. consumers. I know you've been looking at that.
Yeah, it's supply and
Thank you, Sally Pocketful. That's very impressive. Please stop talking about the fucking Reddit coup people. Like, take yourself a little bit more seriously, please.
demand, and the global supply goes down. That means the global demand goes up, and oil producers take advantage of that, and the prices go up. So it's true, it doesn't have as dramatic an effect on the U.S. oil consumer, but it is starting to have an effect for sure. I was at petrol stations yesterday, and in just the last week, American consumers have seen.
Thank you, Squetchins.
The average
Very cute.
price of a gallon of gas rise by 50 cents. That's about 13 cents a liter, and that adds up when you're filling up your tank. So people are starting to notice. Interesting that, these reassurances coming from the president as people are starting to get nervous, and they seem to calm things down a bit. But again,
Cuphead, how about you stop doing drugs? My mask is not inside out. Jesus fucking Christ.
Will it last?
European stocks recovered as energy prices eased, with increases of more than
And I'm
1.4%
not covering the presentation because I don't like it.
reported in Paris, in London, and in Frankfurt.
Fuck's sake.
Stocks in China and Hong Kong have also bounced back from their lowest levels since December and August. Jack Barton reports from Seoul.
US President Donald Trump's suggestion that the war could, in his words, be over soon was enough to send stock markets across Asia surging, with South Korea's Kospi rising more than 6% so quickly that buying was temporarily suspended. The upside of a stock market roller coaster that also saw selling suspended on Monday after the Kospi fell 8%. The turbulence underlines the region's dependence on Middle East oil and gas and petrochemicals, essential for everything from farm fertilizer to skin cream and plastic goods. South Korea imports almost all its energy needs, so is particularly vulnerable to price shocks.
As you can remember in the beginning, the pitch was that the price, like the link to Iranian oil was mostly Asia, and that we are willing to sacrifice the entirety of Japan and South Korea, not that much China, because China already has alternative sources of energy that do not rely on Iranian crude as much. But we were ready to sacrifice their economies as a way to grow our own war effort. Turns out that when prices go up in Asia, the producer for basically the entire planet, prices are also going to go up domestically. But no, now the Republicans are telling us that if you complain about increased prices domestically, that also means that you're a traitor and you do not have the capacity for long-term thinking, because, hey, just trust me, bro, a couple of more bombs on a couple of more schools and you're going to end up having a lot cheaper oil down the line.
Late to the consumer as inflation. The South Korean government has been working to stabilize the markets with a special fund created at the start of the conflict.
As the IRGC Aerospace Force commander said, from now on, no missile with a warhead lighter than 1 ton will be fired. The wavelength of the firings and the level of waves will be greater and the amplitude of it will be wider. Let's see if they put their money where their mouth is.
But the markets are really just the bellwether for trouble in the broader economy. Analysts here say real stability will require a resumption of reliable imports from the Middle East, which will require real peace, not just statements of reassurance. Jack Barton, Al Jazeera, Seoul.
Man, that fucking photo's gonna age like stale milk, dude. Oh my god, it's so good. Ah!
You're watching Al Jazeera. The U.S.-Israel war in Iran has already spread to large parts of the Middle East and is threatening global fuel supplies. U.S. Defense Secretary says the American will is endless, and it's up to President Donald Trump how long the war with Iran will last. Pete Hegseth also warned Iran will face the most intense day of bombing on Tuesday. Hegseth's comments come after President Trump said the U.S. and Israel are close to completing their objectives in Iran. Trump said that the war will end very soon, but not this week. Iran's Revolutionary Guard has dismissed his comments as nonsense.
Big explosion means war is winning very much harder, yes.
People in Iran endured intense bombardment overnight. Emergency crews are still searching the rubble in Tehran. State media says about 40 people were killed in one attack. Israeli forces have launched a series of attacks across southern Lebanon. The army says it is targeting Hezbollah military infrastructure and warned residents south of the Litani River to leave. Israeli media are reporting that the military intends to expand its buffer zone along the Lebanese border beyond its current limit. The Lebanese government has called for direct talks with Israel to end the fighting. Al Jazeera's Bernard Smith is in the capital, Beirut. Bernard, you're monitoring what has now become a fairly familiar, I'm afraid to say, familiar cycle of forced evacuations and strikes in the southern suburb of Beirut. What have you seen?
Cyril, we've had a couple of big strikes come in the last hour on the southern suburbs behind me. The smoke and the dust is dissipating from that now, and that came not long after a couple of forced evacuation orders from the Israeli military. There have also been orders on
Good reminder, chatter. I wanna see.
I
this.
feel like I coined the phrase Ben Shapiro is the Pope of the Jews. And
King of the circumcised, King of the circumcised. He will circumcise every American. Every American will be circumcised for Ben Shapiro. Once they're circumcised, they will be forced to have very large eyebrows. That's the next step. First you get circumcised, then you have a plastic surgery to get your eyebrows enlarged. Everyone must have large eyebrows. The less foreskin you have, the bigger your eyebrows.
And here's the thing that I don't think I understood when I said that. I said he's the Pope of the Jews because he proclaims who's a good Jew and who's a bad Jew. And he said that Bernie Sanders is a bad Jew because of whatever and this and that. And if you're Jewish, you know that there's no such...
His sister can circumcise me.
Smart. He knows exactly what he's doing. But like so many in the commentary business, the clicks and the giggles have contributed to a terminal case of brain rot. True, actual, undeniable brain rot.
such thing as a pope. And then
good one, man.
There's not even like there's a head rabbi for different sects of Judaism, but to be a Jew is actually not to have a central authority that tells you what is a good or a bad Jew. Different sects will sometimes rise up in narrow circumstances.
Man discovers religion. Religious organizations are exactly, almost completely dedicated to telling you what a good believer versus bad believer is. That is why most people don't have issues with quote-unquote believers, but have problems with institutions that take it upon themselves to say they have figured out 100% on how a particular text or a school of thought or understanding of the Lord is supposed to be interpreted. So, Mr. Yes.
Stances to be able to, in Israel, but they're doing that through a political process, not through a theological process to define who is a Jew. Even matrimony.
Yeah, but Americans basically created a pathway towards any organization being able to call itself a religious organization and then interpret things in a particular way that can be utilized by the state apparatus or local class dynamics that want to rowdy up that particular ethno-religious category in one direction or another. This has been done by every monotheistic and previous, of course, iterations of religious belief. So, like there's no like a wiser Jew than all other Jews or wiser Christian than all other Christians. There are alternative interpretations of the text, and depending on your relationship to that particular type of interpretation, you will either call it good or bad. So if I'm a woman and a particular Christian or Jewish or Islamic reading implies that I'm like a subhuman fucking housewife, then that's bad for me, okay? But that's pretty fucking good for the sexist dudes in chat, right? So it's always there's no one's relationship to God be through any text and so on is inherently uber subjective, and usually people attach themselves to whatever wider organization has a similar pitch that they do when it comes to what the Lord wants for us, right? That's when people get to choose religions, but most people just believe a particular sect because they were born into it, so it must mean it's the correct one. That's a fucking classic, right? So yeah, it's we can't say that there's like good Christians and bad Christians, good Muslims and bad Muslims, good Jews and bad Jews. There's just a bunch of different ones that interpret the Lord's words in their own way to suit their own agenda, and the ones that we as socialists like to be comrades with are people that interpret their own personal religious text through a form of, let's say, I'm not saying liberation theology, but as a liberatory kind of, believing in a God full of love that wants to embrace everyone and kumbaya and shit like that. So yeah, it's that I just don't like the framing that there is a correct or an incorrect analysis of a particular text, because they're all just different analysis of a particular text. Even one that says the world is going to end in 12 days as long as we all eat whipped cream every day and calls itself Christian. It is that sort of interpretation of the text. We call it bad and insane because we don't want the world to end, and we know that this shit manipulates people, and it's probably a religious organization created by a whipped cream corporation, right? But that is just another interpreter, another subsect. It is we're not talking about discussing, we're not talking about churches and sects that discuss how intense or non-intense gravity is, or the effects of fire. We're talking about people that have different interpretations of Guy and Sky. A Guy and Sky I believe in, right? But it's still interpretation of something that cannot be touched, felt, or interacted with. It is immaterial. It is fully metaphysical. And therefore, every single interpretation of a relationship to this immaterial is legitimate on its own. We just don't like some and like some because of our own personal subjective perspective towards them. So yeah, there's no good Jews, there's no good Muslims, there's no good Christians, but there are also no bad Jews, bad Muslims, and bad Christians. There's just a very big motherfucking, gayest flag of them, in which some of them are our comrades because their understanding of the Lord does not contradict their class analysis, and others are because it contradicts your class analysis. Therefore, they are reactionary in their way of understanding how the world works, how history works, how the economy works, how society works, how everything works. Okay, rant over. Thank you very much, Squin Questions, very much for the 5 gifties. Thank you for the raid as well earlier. That was very cute. So there you go. Okay, I am tired of the whole not all this or not all that. It's literally it is the opposite of a monolith. Okay, most religions, there's as many religions usually as there are motherfucking followers. This is metaphysics. It's so fucking insanely subjective, and you will always call one interpretation good and one interpretation bad, depending on how it intersects with your other definitions of who you are and what you like.
Judaism was something that changed it originally, of course, was patrilineal, because the first Jew was a guy named Abe who decided that all the idols were bad. So there is no sort of
it's Blue Sky. What's up, baby? I didn't know. Okay, sorry.
A person who is an edict. But what I did not realize when I coined the phrase Pope of the Jew, popes are considered almost like a quasi-deity. Mm-hmm. And I did not realize that's what I was conferring upon Ben Shapiro, because we're starting to see evidence of it. This guy has the capacity to transform. Here is Ben Shapiro. Just when was this?
March 2024.
Okay, a year ago.
This is
2 years ago.
2 years ago. And look at him. We can play a little.
This is who we recognize.
I don't even know what he's talking about in this video.
Yeah, we don't even know.
This is him coming to support Trump after having endorsed DeSantis.
As most of you know, I'm voting for Donald.
You know what would be fucking hilarious? I don't give a shit if you think this is anti-Semitic. This is a Zionist fucking literal, fascism endorser. Imagine if he was stereotype maxing like literally stereotype maxing. Like the yarmulke gets more and more obvious on his head. Like the eyebrows keep getting bigger and bigger. He gets like hardcore surgery to get like the most like insanely crooked looking nose. He starts hunching over. He's like, I will, like the Jew that never existed. God bless our Jewish friends, of course. He's like, I will become him. I will become him. This is my contribution to international fascism. I will turn myself into every Nazi poster ever invented. And then he, like, because he already even talks a little bit, like, and through the years, he's been improving, quote unquote, towards talking more and more like what you would imagine a very racist caricature of a Jew would talk like. It's like it's all in this fucking package. Is insane. It's I will have the biggest eyebrows, the biggest, like, imagine he goes to a plastic surgeon in LA and he's holding up a poster the Nazis had about Jews, and he's like, this, I want you to make me look like this. This is what I want you to make me look like. If you break my back, I want it to be very broken, okay? I want my hands to constantly be stuck in a form where I can move them around. I want 3 noses added on top of my nose. Oh, Lord. Ben Shapiro out here being like, I will prove every stereotype correct. I will look like I live in a cave.
Donald Trump in November. I've said so many times at this point, but I'm not just voting for Donald Trump.
Positive.
He's doing like he himself is an anti-Semite that has like integrated he's experiencing Jewish body dysmorphia, but it's fucked up because it's not real. Because his idea of what a Jewish person is supposed to look like is very wrong and racist and taken from Nazi books and shit. Anti-Semite in the body of a Jew. There you go, Cuphead. Oh, Lord. And don't worry, Cuphead. It's okay. My mask is fine. You're probably confused that it has little iterations. It's because there's sun outside. It was going at me. You were just screaming it at me, and then I screamed it back at you. But we're good. Don't worry. He's... Every sentence of all time has been said. He is experiencing stereotypical Jewish body dysmorphia. That's what we're seeing, okay?
For a second. Right there, that's a good shot.
But sorry if I came off as aggressive, Cuphead. I didn't mean it, but you came off as aggressive, so I shouted at a shout. But that's what a producer-streamer relationship is about. We shout at each other sometimes, and that is fine. The rest of you ignore this conversation, okay? It's a private conversation. TLDR, Cuphead, we came in, and Cuphead was like, your mask is upside down. I was like, no, it's not. She was like, yes, it is. I was like, no, it's not. She was like, yes, it is. And I said, fuck you, you're on drugs. It's not. And I will not read your presentation. She made like a nice presentation. We'll read it next time. We need to like edit it a little bit. It's good, but this was the first draft. It was fine. But yes, you're looking at slight infighting between me and a person I deeply respect. But you know, that's called having a live show. There's backs and forths. The true self-hating Jew. I will, Jew Max. I'm getting myself into so much trouble. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
God.
But no, this is why you subscribe. Because I don't need no fucking sponsors. I don't need no fucking shit. I can say what I actually think. And this motherfucker right here is in all the worst ways. Like, you know, listen. In all the worst ways, trying to combat his stereotypical anti-Semitic Jew dysmorphia. He's experiencing regular dysmorphia. His mental self-image is the wunderkind, but his grays are messing with that, hence the severe eyebrow penciling and hair shallacking. But come on, my friend, how does the idea of a wunderkind align with having, like, big eyebrows? I don't understand how it's body dysmorphia.
Look at this man. He is in human form. Mm-hmm. But within 2 small years, he has been able to transform into something greater than human form. He has brow maxed into something even more amazing. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Look at that. He has...
Oh my God.
He has doubled... No.
It's eyebrow
tripled.
raising.
No. He has quadrupled the size of his... Not the length of his eyebrows, the width. Like, I didn't know that eyebrows could actually grow that way. He is the Pope.
Has anyone ever done a hair transplant for their eyebrows?
I think my guess is in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks there will be butterflies coming off the front of his face.
Wait, so it was real. I unfortunately have to inform you, my dear friend, that it was real. Ben is trying to capture the goodwill of Eugene Levy by stealing his visage, like Dorian Gray. Oh, suka. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was real. Yes, not edited. No, this is what he looks like. Because he's Judeo-Bolshevik maxing. Okay. Next thing he's gonna go and he's like, can I have a corpse from Israel? And I want like their nose, and then I want 3 noses on top of one another, and I want that on my face. I am inspired by, just like everything I do in my life, I'm inspired by the Third Reich.
I mean, honestly, they look like they're like curtains in front of his eyes, and then at night they just scan down like and go and then he can go to sleep because it's an eye mask.
Is this a camera problem? Can we get a shot on with him on
rhinoplasty to make me more Jewish, Ben Shapiro.
The show, like a current one to do apples to apples, because this is not possible. It's not possible. I've seen people who like. The amount of eyebrow, what is it called? Shaving? Like what? Like
right?
That threading? He would have had to
threading.
What is it when you
plucking?
Like, plucking or whatever.
Plucking or threading or to
make it that thin back then, because that's the only answer, right?
Right.
Is that he must have gone through a period of like.
Oh yeah, he must have been. But that doesn't even look humanly possible. I've never seen anyone with eyebrows like this in terms of just the look. The thickness.
Is this recent?
It's also the length of them.
Recent videos. Yeah.
Like you could braid his eyebrow hair in that more recent video.
That is not. Maybe. It's almost like you can see. Like when was this?
Let's see. This was
fairly recently.
Cut off.
When?
Iran war. 1 day ago.
Yeah, this is the Iran war.
Okay, well...
He went to the spot.
This is the Iran war, Ben Shapiro, and pre-Iran war, Ben Shapiro. Speaking of which, let's make a pre-4K subs, Ugopnik, and post-4K subs, Ugopnik. 11 more subs. Come on. Make that number really pretty, okay? Wait, let me get something to pluck my eyebrows with. Was this cable going to work? Oh, I'm going to pluck them till you sub. Oh, no. Oh, I'm threading. Come on, I want bigger eyebrows. The more subs I have, the bigger my eyebrows. But yes, 30-minute shill time. 4,000 is genuinely a very pretty number. That's my pitch for this one. Like come on. We will literally be in the big leagues, okay? Очень большой лиги, motherfucker. If we hit 4K, okay? And with 4K come bigger eyebrows. So allow Ugopnik to eyebrow max. Subscribe. It is very nice. I promise.
Residential area of Sidon.
For hours, at least 7 Palestinians have been killed.
Back to the news. I'm tired of Ben Shapiro's big eyebrows. It is boring. Thank you, Mango de Cuba, okay? A person who appreciates pretty numbers, okay? So Hugo just paid off a $150 parking ticket. Where did you park? Like on 2 disabled spots at the same time?
There were a couple of airstrikes in different areas across the Gaza Strip, in the eastern parts of Khan Yunis, in Abasan, in Nusayrat, and also in the Gaza City, in the northern parts of the Gaza City. And a journalist has been killed. 3 Palestinian children were...
Their declared net has only 2.5k noob. He has 3k average viewers, but plays ads, huh? Probably plays ads. I don't play no ads.
Trump says
because I have great taxpayers, the best taxpayers, completely uncircumcised, pay all their taxes.
With Iran,
watching ads, circumcised behavior, not watching ads and subscribing, uncircumcised behavior.
Complete pretty much and ahead of schedule.
But is he German? That's because he's German. Of course you're not going to have. It's impressive you have over 2,000 subs if you're a German only streamer. Like, you know, Germans don't even buy you coffee, let alone like drop us subscribe, man.
But he also suggested as the war enters its 11th day that he's not yet ready to declare mission accomplished. We've already...
Cuphead is threatening chat. Seriously, 4,000. Like, come on. No joke. Like, come on. It's like right there. Are you getting like, what's the word? Performance anxiety? Like, is this one of those moments when you're like finally having sex with like the most attractive person ever and you just are scared? Like, holy fucking... There we go! There we go, our first 2 Western taxpayers of the day, people that carried us throughout the last month, the beautiful Darkwing Cuck and Anaconda. Chat, thank you. Seriously. Especially to all the Oilers. But all the individual subs as well, but especially to all the Oilers. 4,000. Do you understand what we're doing here? Do you understand what we're doing here? We fucking hit 3,000 a month and a half ago. And now we're at 4K? Motherfucker. You're going to make me have to make a custom balaclava. And I promise this to Cuphead. This is Cuphead's fault, okay? Cuphead's fault because it's Cuphead's idea. If I end up making a custom Yugopnik balaclava, I will be giving custom Yugopnik balaclavas for free to top Oilers every month. And I'm not talking 2, 3. I'm talking at least 10 or 50. I don't know how much custom balaclavas are going to cost. If they cost $500 each, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. But I'm going to be giving them out. So that aside, seriously, 4,000 is very impressive. You guys are very fucking kind. I will try and reinvest as much of that back into the show as possible. You're making a little 12-year-old alcoholic Slavic communist dream come true. And I'm very, 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 very grateful for it. So I'm hitting 4K in 4K live. Thank you. I'm not going to do the whole like, ooh, I couldn't have done this without you, because you know I wouldn't be. I'm not going to do the whole, ooh, I never believed this was possible, because I did, because we're all fucking sick as hell. Okay, we are building the one international political space on this platform. There's plenty of other incredible spaces, plenty of places where people are funnier than me or smarter than me. But unfortunately, because they all speak from empire, they cannot have the perspective that I do, that you can relate as internationals or international-minded Westerners as well. So this is only the beginning, motherfuckers. This is only the beginning. Also, I can't wait to scream Kresi Hamburger inside of a forest. I have not forgotten that, yes. I will also do that at 5,000. Which now I never thought 5,000 would actually be within reach, which it now is, and that is scaring me. I don't think my family would be able to take me seriously if I actually go into the forest and dress up as the Joker and make crazy hamburger. But my word is my bond. Thank you, Cynical Chris, for the 5. Cynical Chris has been here from the beginning. Thank you by any means necessary. No love for the bit players. Full love for the bit players. Thank you to the bidders as well. I don't know. I think Asmund Mold has pretty international inter-fascist stream. Yes, I was talking politics that does not make you want to kill yourself. But yes, thank you very much for the 4,000. Hype train is now on. True motherfucking true. Thank you especially to Cuphead, who's really helped me get to this. I love how we got in a small spat right as we are entering 4K. That's the way of the Balkan man, you know. Always look a gift horse in the mouth and then like curse at the gift horse. I did not just compare you to a horse. I kind of did. I think you like it, so it's fine. Okay. Anyways, back to the coverage. Thank you, Abortion Now. Very nice to see you as well. OG. Hachibubu, thank you.
Won in many ways, he said, but we haven't won enough. In response, the Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said Iran will continue its missile attacks as long as necessary. In Bahrain overnight, one person was killed and others injured after an attack on the capital, Manama.
Trump experiencing fucking Kyiv fatigue, you know? Motherfucker thought it's going to be 12 seconds, you know? Like Putin thought that it's going to be 12 seconds like it was with Crimea, but it didn't end up being such. Trump expected it to be 12 seconds like Venezuela, but it didn't end up being such. I'm very concerned about, Trump very openly saying that the current Venezuelan government is like completely co-opted. I feel like I was victim to cope, even though my coverage of the Venezuela situation was incredibly critical of the Venezuelans, as it should be when somebody kidnaps your fucking president. There's no fucking excuse. There's no excuse on planet Earth for your president getting kidnapped in a matter of 24 hours. And all the cope of, inside job, just proves that, like, what the fuck? Like, you had inside job people, you had traitors, and everybody was like, oh, she lost her dad to the CIA. She lost her dad to the CIA. There's no way she can sell out. I mean, maybe she hasn't, but everything is showing that maybe she has. Paul Marlucky is talking about an 8-year war with China, but forgot the shitty attention span of politicians. Absolutely. Thank you, Abortion Now. Thank you, Barry, for the 30 consecutive streams. None of this would be possible without Barry as well. Thank you to Oregonian Bomb. Broken streak, but wow, 1 year already. Thank you. No, thank you for the all 17 months, my friend. Thank you, Jura, for the 10. Our third Western taxpayer who says that the Westerners are bad. I mean, I do. It's kind of like a job, but like in stream, you're good. The ones that are here are the good ones, okay? I don't hate Westerners. My best friend is a Westerner, you know? I don't hate Western culture. I really enjoy their music and their burgers. I don't hate Westerners. I dated a Westerner in college. Come on, give me another one. I don't hate Westerners. It would be fine for me for my daughter to date one day, but like getting married, it's not because I dislike them. It's because there's a lot of cultural incompatibility there. Or I really enjoy their food, but they really don't put enough spices on it. Or come on, give me more, man. You get what I'm doing here. I'm doing the passively racist thing, but towards Westerners, it's an incredible bit. Please, somebody steal it and put it on Netflix. I don't hate Westerners. My great grandma was half Western. Mine literally was. What the fuck? Westerners are a backwards culture, but there are some good ones. Give me my sub back. Come on. It's good. Not tolerant of spicy food. That is a stereotype, okay? They just are very bad at making it spicy, but they can tolerate it. We can civilize them. But the joke is to do it in reverse. The bit is doing it in reverse. As a Westoid, I appreciate any compliment, even a backhanded one. Hey, you are one of us in a kind of you're ours by heritage.
The oil prices, which surged to a 4-year high, have returned to $90 a barrel in early trading after Trump's suggestion the war would soon end, although nothing materially has changed. Iran's Revolutionary Guards said not 1 litre of oil will be exported while the attacks continue. In Australia, 5 members of the Iranian women's football team have been granted humanitarian visas after they refused to sing the national anthem during the tournament. The rest of the team is now on its way back to Iran. With the latest, here's our correspondent, Lauren Moss.
Another night of this war, another fire burning. This time in northern Iraq, where dark smoke is seen coming from the direction of the United Arab Emirates consulate.
But let's do a Ugopnik style poll. If you think that the Venezuelan government has sold out, write 1. If you think it is not, write 2. If you think it is more complicated than that, also known as COPE, write 3. Okay? 1, compromised. 2, no, still standing strong. And 3, more complicated. Ones and threes. 4, Maduro is hot. 1s and 3s, but dominating with 1s. And I'm talking, you guys are fucking commies, like red-headed red motherfuckers. So yeah, hype train, save the hype train, level 8. Let's get into the 4,000 like a motherfucking train, baby. Train wrecker. If the train does not reach level 12, you would let your daughter date a Westerner. I'm nasty. I am nasty. Okay. Dropside posted this. My chatter thinks it might be COPE. About 35% of the oil that normally transits the Strait of Hormuz is still reaching export markets. Bloomberg's Javier Blah reports Saudi Arabia's move to ramp up exports. The Red Sea will cause that number to jump to 63% in the next couple of days. Pre-war crude flows. You guys would really let your daughter date a Westerner? Fucking crazy behavior. Thank you for the hype train, though. Crazy behavior, crazy. I thought we were, more principled on reverse blood and soil here, eh? Pre-war crude flows through the Strait of Hormuz averaged about 15 million barrels per day. Current estimates suggest about 5.5 million. Just dropping to 35% is too much. Dropping to 35% is too much. It is COPE. It is absolutely COPE.
Swallowing more
because you reach level 8, the Gamba goal drops by 8 points, down to 4112.
Countries into the conflict. Yesterday, a Bahrain oil refinery was aflame after being fired on by Iran. While in Tehran, rescue workers sift through the rubble. This footage released by Iranian state media, which says dozens of people were killed after strikes on this residential area of the country's capital. In his first press conference since war began, President Trump was bullish, hailing the US and Israeli operation as being weeks ahead of schedule. Reporters wanted to know the answer to the question many are...
That one is excellent. I don't mind Westerners, but I don't want any of them living around me. That one is so good. That one is that is an advanced understander of racism that is not racist. Which in the current context of things I feel like is kind of necessary sometimes.
We're asking around the world, when will it end?
Thank you, Mr. President. On Iran, you called it an excursion. You said it would be over soon. Are you thinking this week it will be over?
No,
Are you talking
but soon.
about days?
I think soon.
Okay, and with respect
Very soon.
Earlier at a conference with Republican lawmakers, Mr. Trump stressed he sees the operation as a short-term excursion, but made it clear he believes there's more to be done.
We've already won in many ways, but we haven't won enough. We go forward more determined than ever to achieve ultimate victory that will end this long-running danger once and for all.
2-3 days, in and out, collapses economy. J.D. Bondon, we salute you, sir. J.D. Bondon, we salute you, sir. Yes, sir, officer, sir.
Then came this post on social media where the president threatened to hit Iran 20 times harder if they did anything to stop the flow of oil in the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial artery where a fifth of the world's supply is usually shipped through. Death, fire and fury will rain upon them, he says, adding that he hopes and prays it does not.
Thank you, 911. I can just imagine the conversation he's having with the general. Of course, he's not having any conversations with the generals. All the generals are telling him to pull the fuck out. I mean, no, the generals are telling him to stay inside. Everybody else is telling him to pull the fuck out. And a couple of the, extreme war hungry motherfuckers around him, mostly the head of the Department of War and, of course, Marco Rubio are telling him to stick with it. And then in the long term, it is going to be very good for him in the polls. We even heard from Tucker Carlson that he has inside information that is exactly what they're doing to him. But that's a strategy that cannot last forever because Trump is not that stupid, and he understands that if oil prices start going up, his popularity will go down. So the second the Americans start feeling it on the economy, Iran will have a upper hand, which is exactly the game that Iran was trying to play from the get-go. Guys, is my Cuphead and everybody, is my volume good, or should I increase my microphone volume? Tell me. Good. Seems fine. Okay. My tax planner is a Westerner. He says I have very good taste in fancy cheese. What the fuck? Why does your tax planner know what you eat?
Happen. The Iran Revolutionary Guard Corps responded saying they will determine the end of the war. It came at the end of a tumultuous day for oil prices, which saw their biggest jump since 2022. President Trump's comments claiming the end is in sight eased the markets, with the price of Brent crude oil falling from its earlier spike. But economic uncertainty continues, the knock-on effect being the cost of living. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, the sound of sirens is now familiar over many cities in Israel. Here, people in Haifa, in the north of the country, are alerted to an Iranian missile overhead. Yesterday, rockets fired from neighbouring Lebanon by the Iranian-backed militant group.
By the way, if what Iran is doing ends up being successful, it will set an actual unironic real precedent. What is this actual unironic real precedent? Very millennial way of me to fucking phrase it. I apologize. Eternal brain rot. Well, the precedent is the following. The Americans do not have the capacity to wage long-term unpopular wars. We know this since Vietnam, but since Vietnam, nobody has managed to dissuade the American from sending his sons to war by ensuring the people domestically in the United States basically stop it. The Iraqis tried, in Afghanistan we tried, massive protests and so on, but it didn't work. With Vietnam, we learned that if you just kill a lot of Americans, like kill a lot of them, people are going to go out en masse and protest and not want to send their sons to war. But then the Americans adapted to that contradiction. And in the Iraq war, the Afghanistan war, and so on, that no longer worked, okay? They gave you different pitches. They gave you pitches of bringing liberty and freedom. They gave you pitches of the necessity for sacrifice because they have WMDs. They always had 9/11 to point back to, etc., etc. So American sons dying no longer became a big huzzah, hurrah, like let's stop the war effort type of pitch. Now the United States finds itself in eternal decline, most importantly economically. So while it could have tolerated economic instability a lot more before, it no longer can. People feel it far quicker. And that is kind of the pitch the Iranian government is giving when it comes to their strategy on how to conduct themselves during this war. So TLDR, if the Americans actually do succumb to this pressure mechanism, it would unironically set them up, set a precedent for other powers to utilize a similar strategy down the line. The difference in Vietnam was the draft was active, where later wars it wasn't. Yes. I mean, they beat the contradiction of the necessity for the draft by building one of the world's biggest private militaries, basically, that would no longer necessitate a draft. So yeah, they beat that. They figured out that contradiction. It was smart. But you cannot beat the contradiction of an already unstable economy that like falls flat on its face the second somebody pushes it with a single finger, because it's impossible to defeat that contradiction without changing domestic economic incentives, aka the system, right? I think you understand what I'm saying. The TLDR is, as American decline proliferates, chances of them being able to wage costly wars will lower, because on average the cost of war will be felt by the many in a way that it was never felt before. So unironically, it's going to cost Americans more to go to war. Therefore, by making sure it costs a lot, the American treat lovers will not want to kill Browns and Asians and the weird Europeans. Okay? Okay. Also can't beat the contradiction of being socialist and needing people to subscribe, since it's the first hour. So we hit the first hour subscribe. It's only 10.5 billion. Yes. Basic, like come on, this is very basic economics, guys, on why you should subscribe, but also on why the average American feels it a lot more now. There's just less money to go around. There's less infrastructure. There's less anything. Which, can be utilized in an anti-imperialist manner. But is also just additional proof that it's the everyday people that need to suffer for the imperial dreams of the few. So if you're a Yank in here, what I basically just said is the only way for us to make sure that your government doesn't bomb the living shit out of the rest of us is if we make sure that you go as broke as possible whenever they attack us. Because you guys, now I'm going to do like borderline reactionary commentary, but the only reason we need to do this is because you genuinely don't give a shit if the rest of us die. You do not burn down your White House, proverbially speaking. TOS, don't fucking ban me, okay? You don't decircumcise yourself. You just sit there. The only time you would be willing to go out on the streets and start burning shit is if you can no longer afford your treat. So that's why we got to hit you in your treats, okay? We got to make sure that your F-150, yeah, brother, F-150 cannot, get fueled to the top. We got to make sure your Labubus are very expensive. We got to make sure that electricity that you use for TikTok goes through the fucking roof, okay? Triathlorites, yeah. We gotta make it expensive for you guys to be triathlorites. You understand what I'm saying? Because we tried the whole, hey, we are human. Please no bomb. Please no killie. And you're like, yeah, I am too busy with my F-650 to care about that. So let's make the F-650s expensive. Let's make everything expensive. Let's make everything unaffordable in the United States whenever they start shit like this. You don't want to humanize this? Okay. then we will dehumanize you and treat you as just objects of consumption, which you sometimes prove to us that you are. And you should prove it again by subscribing right now. You should disprove it by subscribing, sending your money to a cause like this stream and not just another commodity. Wow, come on, that one was a good one. That one was a good one. Big Mac meals must go to $20. Iran will succeed the second the Big Mac meal is at least $20, okay? I want KFC buckets to be $30. They must start closing down all the burger joints. Oh, yeah,
Hezbollah were intercepted.
What the fuck is this?
Israel's defense forces says strikes like these
Thank you, FM Masochist, very much for your taxes. Be like FM Masochist. Support the show, motherfucker.
have killed nearly 2,000 Iranian troops since the fighting began. And overnight, the US released this footage, which it says shows American strikes on Iranian missiles. The UK continued its involvement yesterday, with the Defence Secretary confirming RAF fighter jets took out 2 drones, one over Jordan and another over Bahrain. And the warship HMS Dragon is set to sail to the eastern Mediterranean in the next few days, as Britain looks to bolster its defence at its base in Cyprus. Overnight, American B-1 bombers landed back at RAF Fairford in Gloucester. Signs the war is creeping ever closer. Lauren Moss, BBC News.
Well, let me bring you up to speed with some of the other important news this morning. The US Embassy in Beirut is urging US citizens to strongly consider leaving the country if they're still in Lebanon. Israel has...
Iran has just done the impossible. They are starting to unite Serbs and Bosniaks because of their hate for Israel and their support for Iran. Because the Kosovo government explicitly stated its support for the US and Israel, of course, and their operation in Iran. And because many Serbs and Bosniaks support Iran right now, many Bosniaks are going out and spamming Kosovo as Serbia on their Twitter accounts just to get back at Kosovo. Iran has just done the...
Jesus Christ. Balkan's desperately trying to be relevant, like Holy Mother of God, and doing international politics again in such a Balkanized manner is so fucking funny. Like, we've learned nothing. I mean, okay, based that Bosniaks and Serbs are supporting Iran, insanely based and insanely unbased for the Albanians not to. But at the same time, like, why are you choosing to be on, like, choosing to be on the side, like, so Serbs low-key like choosing Iran because the Albanians like Iran, don't like Iran, so the Serbs are like Albanians like Iran, don't like Iran, so I have to like Iran. And then Bosniaks choosing to dislike Albanians because they love Iran because they're Bosniaks, they're Muslim, right? And they don't like Israel for obvious reasons. But now disliking Albanians because Albanians don't like Iran. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like the Balkans is a bunch of like ex-boyfriends and girlfriends that live their life pretending they don't care about the opinion of the other guy, but basically living according to the opinion of the other guy. Like, they will love whatever the other guy hates and hate whatever the other guy loves just for the fuck of it. Like, it's a constant loop of a strange form of cuckoldry. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. Bosniaks are coming to Belgrade today for a pro-Iranian protest. What the fuck is going on? Seriously? That's insane and great. Thank you, Iran, for unifying my peoples. I was going to like you, but they like you, so now I hate you. It's the Balkan Ouroboros. We call it a snake eating its own ass in this house. Iran, the great uniter, going to de-Balkanize us. I mean, if you really want to crush the, the American economy, just reunite the Balkans. We will seize all the meat. There will be no more meat. All the beef patties are going to be vegan. The American people will rise up.
Reissued an urgent evacuation.
Meanwhile, in France, voulez-vous pâter avec moi? I think this has been like shit like this and music like this, especially Boom Boom Tel Aviv, which by the way is a very bad song. Like nobody, like how has nobody made a better alternative to that song? It's pretty bad, except for the funny text, right? I mean, there's like a million AI versions, I guess. I think I've heard Boom Boom Tel Aviv at least 10 birthdays in the last 6 months. At least 10. And by birthdays, I mean, you know, it's somewhere where it's either in an apartment or in a house where people can like DJ and play their own music. Almost every birthday, there's at least like 5 plays of just, you know, I'm just smoking a cigarette, minding my own business. And I'm like, boom, 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 Tel Aviv. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't know you guys were, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't know you guys were, whoa, whoa, whoa. I never heard it IRL. Like, yeah, you guys, yeah. Pretty sure if you play it very loud in your house, you get the fucking cops on you in the good old free West, you know? It's also anti-Semitic. No, pretty sure creator is a fan of Nick Fuentes. Okay, that's fucked up if that's the case. I did not know that. There's a search up, strike, blow at Tel Aviv. Yeah, don't Fed post, guys. I love you. No Fed poste or big panisho by the Punisher Yugopnik, okay? I'm punished.
Evacuation order this morning for everyone living in South.
Apologies if it's a fucking anti-Semitic song. It's for real. Oh, I didn't know. Like, the only thing I hear is boom, boom.
Lebanon, instructing them to head north. Nearly 500 people have been killed since Israel renewed its strikes on Hezbollah. The head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, Rafael Grossi, is in Paris to meet with world leaders this morning. These are live pictures of Emmanuel Macron meeting these leaders. Mr. Grossi believes almost half of Iran's highly enriched uranium, around 200 kilos of it, is buried in a tunnel complex in Isfahan. The uranium at 60%.
Two irrelevant guys have conversation, pretending that the situation somehow relates to them. Pictured in front of you.
Impurity could be further enriched.
No, the French are very relevant, and the French, in a very interesting manner, are jealous of the Spanish and how the Spanish have basically managed to utilize anti-American sentiment for a populist movement domestically, and the French are looking at that with great inspiration to potentially utilize down the line, because unlike their German counterparts, they actually know how to semi long-term plan. They're just, you know, they're not as courageous and direct as the Spanish, you know. The French are sneaky people, you know, they're very sneaky. So they're doing the whole like, oh no, we still love America, America number one, but in the background already developing a tool set that would allow them greater independence and Europe's greater independence as a whole. And one of the main pieces of proof I have for this is they are going the full Juche way, okay, embracing Kim Jong-un thought, okay. One of the bravest soldiers of Kim Jong-un, Mr. Frenchman, okay, the Mr. who is married to a pedophile. So Juche French gang, Juche French gang, Juche gang, Juche gang, Juche, la petite Juche gang, la petite Juche gang, la petite Juche gang. But yeah. Let us hope that La Petite Juche gang clears some of the blood on French hands and finally reintroduces them to the true path that we always believed they belong to. Kim Jong Garçon. Kim Jong Garçon. Excuse me, Garçon. Are you Kim Jong? So apparently CNN's homepage has a fucking gas price tracker thing. U.S. military burned through more than $5 billion worth of munitions in the first 2 days of war. Why does this not move? I hate this fucking platform so much. His military burned through more than $5 billion worth of munitions. And you know, they always tell us, dude, man, the fucking Russians are so unsophisticated. They just throw bombs at the enemy. Oh, the Iranians are so unsophisticated. They just launch bombs at the enemy. Meanwhile, America launches greatest number of bombs ever launched in a matter of 2 days. Oil could hit 150 a barrel. Man, we're all gonna pay so much for all of this shit.
To provide.
Chat, quickly, while you still have money, chat. Chat, while you still have money, chat, subscribe. Come on, chat, look at me. I know you want to subscribe, but soon, like, you're gonna be in, like, oh my God, in destitute poverty. Subscribe right now, chat. While you still have it, chat, subscribe right now. This is the most evil pitch for subscriptions that anyone has ever done on this website. Hey, you, sir, that should probably save a lot of money because everything is going to get much more expensive. Give it to the communist man on the internet instead. Wow.
Enough material for.
Look at this Iran cost sticker. Oh my God, how have I not seen this? Thank you, Sky Blue. Estimated U.S. cost since strikes began per second, $11,000. Chat, come on, man. I want to be as successful as the war on Iran. I want 11,000 per hour. No, per second. Okay, I'm modest, per hour. $41 million per hour. $1 billion per day. This is an insane stat, by the way. That's an insane stat. And these two combined versus this is a very insane stat. But then again, as I've noted many times, in this war, it is human beings versus numbers, okay? Iran can collapse if they kill enough people. The United States can retreat if they make shit expensive enough for Americans. And that, in a nutshell, is proof number 785,342 of why unipolarity is an insane system to support, because it creates such disproportionality between nations that when they fight, one is fighting with the lives of their people and the other one is afraid of the price of chicken wing going up. That is unipolarity, ladies and gentlemen, and NBs, and that is why it is disgusting. There's multiple apps. This one is since the official date. The other one is since April 20th, 2024. Look, like one fourth is just from the last 10 days. Everybody, please check out our Chatter Substack. Please, please, please. It's very well written. Please. The only thing that scares capitalists, I went through the currently available Epstein files and compiled references to socialism, communism, socialist states, and communist leadership. That's a great concept. Thank you, Fernando Lyon. There's a voiceover. I know my friend. I don't want to spoil the whole thing. I want you guys to read it, but I'm looking for references to the quotes referring to socialism or communism in the Epstein files. Okay, so another exchange illustrates how anti-socialist arguments often appeal to ideas about natural hierarchy. In correspondence with Noam Chomsky, Epstein speculates about the relationship between biological systems and socialism. In a predator-prey system, all biology adverse to socialism fundamentals. So yeah, we're human nature. I love learning that Epstein was a big human nature guy. Human nature. He continues in the same message, like, human nature, I deserve to touch children. I want to fund some seminars on power, financial, physical, and military. Dude, the biggest shut to ever exist. Wasn't remotely like socialism. The entire set of private institutions was left untouched. This is a Chomsky quote on Vuvuzelzus. These are recent pictures of Fidel. Just sends extremely chill-looking photo of Fidel. Fidel Castro died now. A lot of possibilities for me. Oh my God, come on. Oh, come on. 2 weeks later, another email written after Castro's death reads, Fidel Castro died now. A lot of possibilities for me. Oh, my fucking God. Jesus Christ. Evil billionaire pedophile cabal guy writes to another evil billionaire pedophile cabal guy and says, this revolutionary has died. Many opportunities for me, sir, indeed. Maybe we can privatize the entirety of the island, sir. The entirety of the island. Many, many children in Cuba, I hear. Yes, yes. Lord. Curious to see what the reaction from Trump's administration and from Europe will be. A reunion of 3 socialist countries. When the emails in the Epstein archive are read sequentially, a recurring narrative structure emerges. Socialist governments are consistently discussed through a set of recognizable themes: dysfunction, theatricity, theatricality, ideological rigidity, and geopolitical threat. These narratives appear across different correspondence and contexts. In one thread discussing diplomatic engagements between China and North Korea, Epstein speculates about the broader geopolitical implications. Curious to see what the reaction from Trump's administration and from Europe will be. A reunion of 3 socialist countries. Reunion implying that Korea and China were one country at some point. But it's very funny. This is very funny. The language is telling. The situation is not described simply as diplomacy among states. Instead, it is portrayed as an ideological alignment among socialist governments. A similar framing appears in another email recounting an anecdote referencing Mao Zedong and Joseph Stalin. We are brothers. We are communists. This was Epstein to Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon, by the way, a very famous Leninist. So I won't spoil. Read the rest of this brilliant article by our dear fellow chatter. Thank you very much for sharing it, as always. Very good Substacks. Very good. Not just a Substack, actually. A very good article. Substack usually has a negative connotation. Bannon is a trot. Bannon is a Leninist. Like, a self-described Leninist. He's like, I believe in doing the revolution the same way that gay motherfucker Lenin wanted it, but I want to make it less gay and more racist. That's basically it. He wants societal collapse being utilized by a revolutionary movement, but turned into even more reactionary, which is a very stupid ideology to have, because the reactionaries take hold over chaos by pitching that it is the communists that want chaos and revolution and violence. Fascists secure power by telling you they are the stable solution to the instability that a complete systemic change by the communists can bring about. So it is idiotic. Even Adolf Hitler in Mein Kampf describes very adequately how idiotic it is for a fascist to be a revolutionary. It is fucking dumb. And he unironically managed to take over Deutschland über alles because he abandoned the revolutionary pathway. Reactionary Maoism. Brown Maoism, bro. Don't get it twisted, but seriously, you have a bathtub of petrol, you can take it into heaven with you. He who has the most canned goods is king. Secure generational wealth by filling your bathtub with petrol. Dude, we know all about petrol, but my family lived during the embargo and during the bombings from petrol that was acquired through interesting means, and cigarettes. Petrol and cigarettes. Petrol from another border, and then so many cigarettes. So if you actually want to be, not only if you want to be as somebody who was young and was raised by a family basically living in what for most Americans would feel like a post-apocalypse, okay? I can tell you that if you don't only want to secure like being, like having a lot of stuff, but also you want like power, like financial power in whatever way the economy recreates itself in a post-apocalyptic scenario. Cigarettes. Fucking cigarettes. Of course, fuel, but you know how much space you need to hoard fuel? A lot of space. Cigarettes, not that much space. And cigarettes last for a pretty long fucking time. They're pretty vacuumed up in those like larger boxes. So ciggies, oh my God. Fucking ciggies. Freezer full of cartons. No joke. For real. Alcohol can be made. Actually, farming tobacco for like the cigarette experience we have right now, much more difficult. Much more time, much more effort. Cigs are much lighter than gold, too. And no, post-apocalyptic, who the fuck gives a shit about gold? Ain't nobody giving a shit about gold. Ciggies, trust me. We lived relatively okay, thanks to ciggies. Znao sam da si švercovao benzin iz Rumunije sa cirka 2 godine. Ne, brat, nisam ja, ali Čale je bio mašina, brat. Yeah, the only danger is lung cancer from the cig stockpile. Slow and pit like you end up smoking your currency. Very fucking stupid. Or zins, yeah, stack zins and ciggies, man. Bro, cigs are fungible and have immediate use value, hence are good as currency. Marx was correct. Zins dry out, though. That is very true. But they still give you the effect. I am very embarrassed to say why I know this, okay? I am very embarrassed to say why I know this. And no, it's not because I sometimes really needed zins and there was no zins and I was too lazy to go outside. So I would go to some of the zins that are stacked up here and find like very old boxes that still had a few like old zins in them. And then I would take very old dry zins, and you kind of have to wait for 10 minutes because they're so dry for them to start working. And then you go like, yeah. Okay, there you go. And confession time. You're my friends. I can confess, okay? Now I no longer feel that bad. Thank you for being my stand-in therapist.
Defense Secretary is speaking live. Let's go to that.
Warriors and steadfast allies, good morning. You know, as someone who led soldiers in the streets of Baghdad and Samarra, Iraq, and who trained counterinsurgents in Kabul, Afghanistan, and who still carries the weight of brothers lost to Iranian terrorist proxies, many backed by the same Iranian regime.
Everything is Iran, bro. Everything is Iran. You know who else is Iran? Subscribers. We just hit 1 hour and 30 minutes. I must remind all of you to subscribe. We have reached 4,000. But greed calls upon us to climb even further, brothers. In the true Iranian fashion, we shall destabilize the economy of capitalist Twitch by funneling all the money into communist throws. And one day, Twitch CEOs and executives shall wake up and they will realize that it is not gaming streams or reactionary Asman molds that carry this platform further. It is communists, for they have thousands of subscriptions and therefore should be put on the top front page 24/7, which will then switch up all the gamers on Twitch to watch us instead of titties and video games and Asman molds, eventually creating the super class of Twitch streaming watching communists that allows us to take over the world. So subscribe, for this is the plan. This is the plan, and if you like the plan, it's a great plan, by the way. It's I invent it on the spot right now? Of course I did a little bit, but subscribe. Pay your taxes. You're telling me 500 people here, only 3 Westerners that can pay their taxes. I want us to do an insider revolution here on Twitch. I want all socialists to be making the most money, both for themselves, but more importantly for Twitch, so that Twitch realizes that our content, okay, let's sell them the rope we will hang the capitalists with. Let us make this sort of shit very profitable for the platform so that it pushes us to the front, okay? Was Mao a gamer? Of course he was. Of course he was. He had a 2-3 million kill streak against landlords. He dropped those kill streaks very often. Has used them as well. Thank you, Cynic Dotchik. There you go. We got one that supports my plan. Fantastic. More. I want more, more believers in the Yugopnik Twitch takeover doctrine. Okay. Do you think Mao would play Overwatch? No. Mao would play Counter-Strike 1.5 all the time on repeat, and he would consider all games that have come out after 2005 to be petite bourgeois decadence.
We're confronting now. This fight, Operation Epic Fury, it hits home. Our generation understands this fight. For 47...
Yeah, our generation of dumb schmucks that were fucking taken to war understands why America needs dumb fucking schmucks to be taken to war that will also destabilize the economy of their loved ones back home. Back in my day, people knew how to be stupid fucking imbeciles and go and die for some rich people. Nowadays, these kids don't understand goddamn nothing. They out here being like, I don't want to die for a rich guy. Fucking motherfucker, not understanding the true way of America, which is dying for the colonizers. Yes, I love Israel. I love being circumcised. We will circumcise all the American children and send them to war right now.
In years, these barbaric savages in the Iranian regime have murdered our brothers in arms. My guys, your guys, our guys. Through their terrorist proxies and cowardly attacks. Now they race toward a nuclear bomb to hold the world hostage.
Trust me, bro. Another WMD, bro. Trust me, it's coming any moment now. It's gonna be. Oh my God, these barbarians. These fucking barbarians. These fucking filthy fucking. Oh my God, dude. Not our dead people.
The Iran.
This is like. You know what this reads? I know it's not serious. I know it's just a bunch of propaganda. But if it was not propaganda and we would actually have to consider it real, like ideological thought, this is the opportunity cost fallacy that a lot of gamblers have, where they're like, man, I wasted $100,000 gambling. I got to keep gambling because eventually I'll get it back. And then when they get it back, they're like, I put in so much time, I got to make more. And then they end up losing even more than originally. So the sunk opportunity fallacy, sunk cost fallacy that these guys are doing is, we have sacrificed many soldiers to wars of vanity, and their lives will matter more if we sacrifice more soldiers to wars of vanity. I love America. This is literally Top Gun Maverick plot gone wrong. Yeah, this is Top Gun Maverick, but the Eastern barbarians are not old fucking lobotomized troglodytes that run around like la 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 la, fucking shoot AKs at the planes. Yes, turns out they know how to operate missile systems, and actually have quite a complex cell-based military that is arguably doing some of the most quote-unquote, I know it's impossible, but quote-unquote ethical warfare I've ever seen by hitting economic targets instead of just civilian targets the way that the Americans have. So, yeah.
Have targeted and killed thousands of my American.
It's the same movie, but Tom Cruise gets dysentery on USS Gerald Ford. Oh, Kurva classic, man. You guys are not going to let the Americans forget the taking a shit thing. You're not going to forget. You're really not going to let them go with that one, eh?
Brothers. That killed the world hostage. The Iranians have targeted and killed thousands of my American brothers. That race to a nuclear bomb, President Trump will never allow it. Not now, not ever, not on our watch. The mullahs are desperate and scrambling. Like the terrorist cowards they are, they fire missiles from schools and hospitals, deliberately targeting innocents, because they know their military is being systematically degraded and annihilated.
How filthy.
Iran's neighbors.
How filthy can you be after you hit a school directly? Even double tap that shit. Even double tap that shit. Say that you, oh my God.
And in some cases, former allies in the Gulf, they've abandoned them. And their proxies, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and Hamas, either broken, ineffective, or on the sidelines. Iran stands alone, and they are badly losing. On day 10 of Operation Epic Fury, we are winning with an overwhelming and unrelenting
trust me, bro.
Focus on our objectives.
Just don't look at the prices, bro. We're winning, bro. Trust me, bro.
Which are the same as the day I gave my first briefing here on Operation Epic Fury. They're straightforward, and we are executing them with ruthless precision. One, destroy their missile stockpiles, their missile launchers, and their defense industrial base. Missiles and their...
Came in late, but did you see this fantastic thing? I mean, I've seen it by myself, but we haven't watched it on stream.
Please go ahead. Mr. President, you just suggested that Iran somehow got its...
They're going to kill this guy. This kid's... No, they're going to find this kid dead, but like in the next 6 months. Suicide or like drug overdose or something. So he should like move right now. No, they're gonna kill this kid. Listen to the question.
Please go ahead. Mr. President, you just suggested that Iran somehow got its hands on a tomahawk and bombed its own elementary school on the first day of the war. But you're the only person in your government saying this. Even your defense secretary wouldn't say that when he was asked, standing over your shoulder on your plane on Saturday. Why are you the only person saying this?
Because I just don't know enough about it. I think it's something that I was told is under investigation. But tomahawks are used by others, as you know. Numerous other nations have tomahawks. They buy them from us. But I will certainly, whatever the report shows, I'm willing to live with that report. Yeah, please.
Willing to live with a bunch of the children. No. I mean, come on. So allegedly, everybody has guys. Trust me, I have a tomahawk downstairs in my garage. It's sick ass tomahawky, man. I used to have 2, but I sold 1 to Iran. I can't believe they used it to bomb their own 175 kids. I know not all victims were children, but you get my point. FML that moment when I sell Tomahawk to Iran and it blows its own children up. You're like, guys, I sold it to you to target American invaders. Why are you blowing yourself up?
To make them. 2, destroy their navy. And 3, permanently deny Iran nuclear weapons forever. It's a laser-focused, maximum authority mission delivered with overwhelming and unrelenting precision. No hesitation, no half measures. As President Trump declared yesterday, we're crushing the enemy in an overwhelming display of technical skill and military force. We will not relent until the enemy is totally and decisively defeated. But we do so on our timeline and at our choosing. For example, today will be yet again our most intense day of strikes inside Iran. The most fighters, the most bombers, the most strikes. Intelligence more refined and better.
Oh, shut the fuck up. A Bulgarian man stole a nuclear warhead and buried it in his mom's vegetable garden. Yes, a Montenegrin guy stole nuclear material and wanted to sell it on the open market. And when they found him, he unironically said, well, I thought we were in the free market now. Said, I thought we are in doing capitalism. So you guys wanted us to do capitalism. So I'm doing capitalism and everything is for sale. But sir, Chad, true libertarian Slav. We were communism maxing. Now you want us to be, now you want us to do capitalism. Well, I'm maxing that shit too, bro. No, that was actually true. There's a Vice documentary where they interview the guy, the Montenegrin guy. I know. Maybe the Bulgarian one is true as well, but the Montenegrin guy, I know. Like, I watched it on a Vice documentary, if that's what you mean. The guy literally was like, they told him, like, how dare you, like, potentially sell something so dangerous? He's like, didn't you guys want us to be capitalists? I'm being a capitalist. Everything is for sale. Iran ceasefire conditions just dropped and they are not playing. We have a confirmation on this. There's so much fake news on Twitter right now that I don't even... But what this is claiming is hand Netanyahu to the ICC, withdraw to October 7 borders, cancel Trump's Gaza plan, lift all sanctions, return frozen funds, recognize Iran's nuclear rights, leave Lebanon, Syria, Yemen, evacuate all U.S. bases from Arab soil. Trump must publicly apologize to Khamenei, compensate Iran for every sanction ever imposed. Thank you, I don't think so, for the gifty, my friend. Thank you very much. I'm hungover, Hugo. Give me a sub. It's going to make you feel better. Drink water. Greed calls upon us! What is this? Greed calls upon us to climb even further, brothers, in the true Iranian fashion. Oh my God, that was quite the bit. I apologize. I apologize.
Then
you remember that Serbian guy who placed a Russian anti-tank T-12 on a Kupujem Prodajem every Slav out Mogburger Lloyd in capitalism any day of the week, brother. Any day of the week. Comrade Tucker Carlson says, Comrade Tucker Carlson mogs the military.
Bombing of a girls' school next to an Iranian naval base that was apparently the school of choice for officers at the naval base. These were the children, the daughters of the people who were fighting. You have to believe that was accidental, despite the fact it was hit twice, 40 minutes apart. It looks very much like a double tap, which is to say a bombing and then an attack on the people coming to rescue the injured. But as an American, you have to believe this was a tragic mistake. But we have to verify that, because if you wake up in the morning and you're living in the kind of country that thinks it's okay to kill not simply military officers, but their daughters, that country's not worth fighting for.
Man, I love when Tucker makes a beautiful, concise, to the point, well-argued points, but for all the wrong reasons. He's literally just angry at Trump for not listening to him when it comes to the invasion. So that's why he's doing it, not because he actually cares. But yes, too evil for Tucker Carlson is pretty crazy, right? Pretty fucking crazy. Tucker is radicalizing. Tucker is the only respectable ideological enemy on the North American continent because he is capable and he knows exactly what he is doing. I am dying on this fucking hill, and I've been repeating this for a year and a half now, and you motherfuckers need to take him more seriously before he literally comes for all your shit. Please, please, please. Taking somebody seriously does not mean you respect them. Taking somebody seriously does not mean you like them. Taking somebody who is an enemy seriously means you can properly prepare to adequately respond to him as a hostile threat.
So that's on one hand.
Thank you very much.
On the other hand, the last 24 hours have seen Iran fire the lowest.
No, that's a massive oversimplification, Rosa Lux. Massive oversimplification. He's much more than a Fed. Much more than a Fed. Tucker doesn't want us to invade Iran. He wants us to invade Israel to restore U.S. hegemony in the region. Well, yes, that is correct. He just wants Israel to just die off. He believes very correctly that in the long term, the American alliance to Israel is what is pulling it downwards when it comes to its position in the eternal geopolitical battlefield, especially against China. He actually has an idea and an understanding on how to potentially prolong American empire, while the rest of them are just reaction guys. They just react to either the audience or special interest groups in the government or et cetera, et cetera. Tucker is a class-conscious understander of imperialism that is on the wrong side, okay? He is unironically one of us that works for them. That is why I'm so scared of him. The rest are chud, imbecile, fucking troglodytes. Tucker is one of us working for them, which makes him the worst out of the whole bunch. Because the others, we can excuse away. They have never been introduced to our school of thought, so they're just, running with it. Tucker is literally inspired by white Russians, like they are his major inspiration. He very openly talks about how the current state of things must be preserved, not because of some metaphysical belonging to a nation or a culture, but because he loves his kids and he wants his kids to be rich. And his kids can only remain rich if this system remains intact. And if the system remains intact, and to make sure that the system remains intact, certain things have to be done. Okay? Motherfucker is a scary motherfucker. But he's not a class trader. He's a trust fund kid. Yeah, he's not a class trader. He could have been a class trader. He could have been a brilliant fucking class trader. A brilliant one. But no. Nah. Motherfucker has the ability for vision that is 2 inches long, probably as long as his fucking hog. Evil historical materialist, literally. And usually people like that, like their inability to perceive a optimistic outcome for the world comes from just too many contradictions on the way they were raised. Small Freudian hours with Yugopnik, but it would likely crush his self-perception, it would clash with the identity that Tucker Carlson holds of himself if he was to become an anti-imperialist or even an anti-American or even an anti-capitalist, right? He's been raised in a household of people that have given their life, quite literally in some cases, to this grander idea. So no matter how many contradictions to this idea he sees, he cannot go against it. He's a similar character, but to a guy that's far more stupid than Tucker Carlson. Actually, it's respectful to Tucker Carlson for me to do the comparison, but a guy that I can also see, having the capacity to embrace class conscious analysis, but refusing to do so, which is Destiny. Destiny is another tragic Freudian figure as well. His inability to separate himself from the fact that he descends from, well, treasonous rightoids does not allow him to actually, keep an open mind when it comes to socialism. He would have to deal with the incredibly difficult idea of his parents, of his forefathers in general, being cunts, right? Tucker can't do it as well. He would have to embrace the fact that dad was kind of a piece of fucking shit. That my country, my nation, that I've put so much of my identity in, is a piece. You know how difficult that is psychologically? Some of you in chat have already managed to do that, and you should be exceptionally proud that you managed to root yourself out of your American exceptionalism, out of your Gusanoism, out of just running kind of an auto mode in the same direction that your parents have run in. But Tucker and Destiny, two very different figures, yet interestingly similar. This is my theory. You don't have to follow it. Do not have the ability to do so. That is the only way that I, both as a materialist, but also as somebody who dabbles a little bit in the human psyche, can explain to myself why somebody that very obviously has the potential to comprehend dialectical materialism refuses to engage in it. And it's literally daddy issues. It's literally daddy issue. You're still incredibly infantile if you do not have the capacity of realizing that maybe one of your parents, or maybe even both of your parents, or maybe granddada or grandmama, were pieces of shit. Growing up is realizing that your parents are as human as everyone else and therefore can be pieces of shit. That is growing up. That they are not perfect. That is growing up. They're not superheroes. That they're not the ideal human specimen, just another human specimen. That is growing up. If you can't do that, you never really grew up. And these motherfuckers never really grew up. What is this, Barry? I love Barry's links. I love Barry's long link, if you know what I mean. Korean media reports all of USFK THAAD batteries have been shipped to the Middle East. That's so funny. That's so funny. The Pentagon is moving parts of the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System for South Korea to the Middle East. Everything is going according to plan. Trust me, bro. Kim Jong-un, don't do what you're thinking, bro. Yeah, Tucker YouTube video would cook. That's very funny. Because I have one. I don't know if you were being, yeah. I don't have my psychoanalytical framework inserted in that video for simple reasons, because here you guys are my community. You guys, we all educate each other and grow together, and therefore you can understand why I'm dropping these sorts of parallels between daddy issues and the inability to develop a self-critical class analysis of the world. But, on YouTube with all the fucking trigger-happy, fucking idiots as a treat Marxism as some sort of club activity where Club 1 dislikes Club 2, where oh my God, he's engaging in everything is fucking Marxism. How dare he do psychoanalysis? I cook my eggs in the morning in a Marxist way. I run in a Marxist way. I clean my toilet in a Marxist way. God forbid we engage in metaphysics, or God forbid psychoanalysis. Whoa, so scary. So fucking revisionist. Well, you guys have a more complex understanding of the world, and we can actually have these conversations that do not engage in Marxist thought simply as a aesthetic theme or us versus them garbage. think the DPRK announced military exercises near the border. Very fun times to be alive in. My grandfather played chess with Che. That's crazy. My dad is low-key a liberal fascist, and I was going to be a gusanito, but started reading and studying, so it broke the cycle before it started. There you go. There you go. For you, it's a little bit easier because you have a base grandpa, so you can relate to your base grandpa. We got cooking eggs in a Marxist way before GTA 6. God damn it, dude. You should tune in more often. We developed an entire circumcision analysis of American subservience to Israel. This is the most niche stream that exists on the planet. I swear to God. There is no more niche stream than this. Show me a more niche stream than this that isn't fetish related, even though somebody could say that what we're doing here is fetishistic behavior to an extent.
Oh, God. The Prairieland case is an emergency for the right to protest in America, and apparently my essay, The Gaza Ghetto Uprising, is presented as evidence in court. If you haven't heard of it, the Prairieland case is an ongoing trial in Texas where the state is trying to argue that a small group of protesters that held a noise demo outside an ICE detention facility is actually a cell of like Antifa super soldiers that were planning to attack police and ambush federal agents or something like that. What appears to have actually happened was that police attacked the protest, and after it dispersed, about 200 yards away from the site, shots were fired, and allegedly a cop was grazed by a bullet. The cop had a brief ambulance trip, but there's no medical record of any hospital visit. And now the state is trying to argue that all of those protesters, plus some of their like romantic partners, are a terrorist Antifa cell. You heard that right. Terrorism for a noise demo. It's not funny, it's actually quite tragic. And now a journalist just told me that my essay was presented in court as evidence of subversive ideology because one of the defendants had a copy of it in.
That's crazy, but he made a brilliant video, though. Brilliant video. Thank you very much for the subscription. Call me Space Invader. How does one cook eggs in a Marxist way? I need to know. First, he looks at the egg. Then he considers what he is about to cook. Then he questions why he considers this nutritious. Is it because his ancestors have consumed it for eons, or is it because his ancestors have been lied to for eons? Where the egg was destigmatized from what it truly is in the material sense, which is chicken, period. Yes, chicken, period. And then he questions whether he should find it disgusting because he is eating chicken, period, or should he question his disgust towards the consumption of periods as a concept. But then he stops himself from that larger kind of first stage of schizophrenia, and he goes back to asking, but okay, how did this egg fall in my lap? Where did I buy it from? Okay. So I got it from a chicken. Could I ask a chicken? No, I couldn't ask a chicken. Was a chicken rape? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Can you rape an animal? Does an animal have the same rights as a human? At what point do we define what is an allowable level of rights versus not allowable level of rights? Do I get to ask the chicken? Maybe the chicken doesn't mind if I eat the egg. But why are we talking about the animals? Let's talk about the farmer. What kind of land was that chicken raised on? Was that chicken plucked was that egg plucked from the chicken by a proletarian that was not paid the full value of that particular egg? But wait, how do you calculate the actual labor value of an egg or the use value of an egg? Like the process of plucking depends. Like it depends also on how many fucking eggs a chicken shits out, and then how many chickens do we get to have? And why am I the one who is plugging this? Paying surplus labor value to my boss, who simply owns this land. But no, he also owns chickens. What the fuck? You can own livestock now, real, actual, like living things, but you own them as property, which then gets to an extent commodified by turning them into small little factories that create food that we can then place in our mouth, even though we shouldn't, because it's actually period out of a chicken. and that we don't know if we should like or dislike, because we do not know if the marketing systems created by capitalist structures have confused us or deconfused us when it comes to whether eating period is good. That is, and then you don't eat the chicken and you lose your mind and you sit in a corner and you shake. That is how you eat an egg in a Marxist way. Okay. So thank you, Commie Space Invader, for the subscription. If you enjoy this and what we do here on the show, please consider subscribing. I need number to go up because I must buy more chickens to have eggs from, to look at and discuss with myself. Chicken. You forgot a couple of things. Yes, I forgot a lot of things. I forgot a lot of things in that allegory, but I really wanted to focus on the period part. Why human egg so small when human big and chicken small? Very good question. Thank you, I don't think so, for the 5. Thank you very kindly, I don't think so, as always. Can chickens be emancipated to produce eggs in a communist manner? But even if they're emancipated and they shit out eggs everywhere, can you pick up their eggs? And the guy that picks up the eggs, how big of a piece of the pie should he receive when the eggs get delivered? But wait, that's reactionary. You're engaging in market socialist machinations of how an enterprise is supposed to be run. Then how do you calculate how many eggs to each according to their need? And how do you calculate how many eggs from each according to their ability? You see, like, very fun. Being a Marxist, it is definitely not bad for mental health. There was a cartoon in the 90s called Cow and Chicken. It was hella weird. Oh my god, I fucking hated it so much. I watched every episode. You know when you smell something and it smells disgusting, but you can't stop smelling it? You know? That was that show for me. It was so strange. I watched all of it. I think I have nightmares from it to this day. I nonetheless watched the whole thing. I don't feel like that show was intended for children.
Number of missiles.
Okay, anyways, war. Guy says war good. And lies about it as prices of chicken go up. Chicken and egg go up. As long as the eggs aren't commodified, it's all good, right? I wasn't allowed to watch it, lol. Unironically great authoritarian parents. Unironically great authoritarian parents. Like, I don't know how you turned out. Tell me, did you turn out good? Your name is Uncooked Lamp. You actually sound like you turned out great.
They've been capable of firing yet. Just the bifurcation, just the trend lines that we talked about on our first briefing. You see, this is not 2003. This is not endless nation building under those types of quagmires we saw under Bush or Obama. It's not even close. Our generation of soldier will not let that happen again, and nor will this president.
So we will, like, sit to the side and just launch missiles like pussy assholes, yeah.
Who very clearly ran against...
I can't wait. I can already see the pivot. The pivot is we already won. The only thing they want us to do is actually deploy troops. We're not going to deploy troops because that's what they want us to do. So we won by not deploying troops. And nobody died, and we're awesome that nobody died because we didn't deploy troops. And that's actually a victory, bro. Trust me. That's gonna be the pitch. That's gonna be the pitch. Clip me and drop me later.
Those kinds of never-ending, nebulously scoped missions. Those days are dead. Instead, we're winning decisively.
Oh yeah, you guys don't have a nebulously scoped mission whatsoever. Okay, you didn't first say that you want regime change, then you didn't say that you want the Iranian people to rise up, then you didn't say that you want to destroy the entire executive body of Iran, then you didn't say that, now you're saying that you want every army base and navy installation and nuclear capacity of Iran to be destroyed. Very, very specifically defined 4 different reasons you've given for this war in the last 10 days. So, no nebula here. Do not subscribe. $6 a month to Nebula. Instead, subscribe to me. Unironically, go detach whatever money you're giving to Nebula and subscribe to this show. Because Nebula pussied the fuck out during October 7th and cut contracts with certain creators because of their outward support towards Palestine, and is now very fucking chill with Palestine support that it's become fucking popular, okay? So yes, don't give Nebula money, give me money. Thank you very much for coming to my Nebula TED Talk.
With brutal efficiency, total air dominance, and an unbreakable will to accomplish the president's objectives on our timeline.
Shut up. Hey, Hugo, did you grow up watching Totally Amazing Yugoslavian Animation? Some, but I was growing up in the capitalist era at that point, so I grew up on Cartoon Network and I never grew up on Disney, though. Low-key, even Tiny Yugopnik, borderline patriarchal machismo did not allow me to watch Disney. It was too, I would look outside at the gray wastes of quickly developing capitalist chaos, and then I would look at a Disney movie and be like, this is not reality. Next. But Cartoon Network, a lot of Cartoon Network.
We stay locked on the target because here at the Department of War, that's our job. Now, the chairman and I, having just returned from Dover last night, our troops and their families and the enormous sacrifice that they make is certainly heavy on my mind.
Yeah, we read it, Pizza Famine. Thank you, though, my friend.
So I'll close with scripture, drawing strength.
Oh, my God. We are fighting the crazy religious fanatics over in the East, so I'll close my call for war with religious scripture, definitely not a fanatic from the West. Oh, my fucking God. This is incredible. Oh, Lord. Come on, man. You can't do this to me, dude. You cannot make it so, oh, Lord. No worries, Pizza Famine. Anyways, we reached the second hour. I must call upon all Christian and Muslim jihadists to detonate their debit cards over my subscription count, especially the Western Christian and Muslim jihadists. For only 3 out of 600 of you have blessed me with your jizya today, okay? I want all your jizya today. Ha ha ha. Subscribe. $6 a month free through Prime. We do very direct, very open, very honest shit here. We have the biggest international community in the political progressive, if you want to call it progressive space. We don't have ads. We don't have any of that fucking bullshit. Because I'm not from the States or from any of that type of environment, I literally owe nobody anything, no particular ethnic group, no religious category, no whatever. So I try to bring it to you the way it actually is, except with Albanians. I'm very subjective with Albanians. They are the greatest. I love the Albanians. Sorry, no, the Albanians are the worst and the Brazilians are the greatest. Only like I always say, Albania L and Brazil W. Everybody else I actually hold to account. And also we like to joke around. So please, don't be a white circumcised guy. Subscribe right now. Thank you, Pachamore, for the gifty. Thank you, Ahotina Hollerin. Ahotina Hollerin, yeah, for that $5. Thank you, Hail Beelzebub. Christo Muslim Jihadist here. Let's fucking go. Thank you, Great Man, for the Prime. Welcome to the community as well. Let's make that shot beautiful and purple. Let's make Numba go up, because Numba up always better than Numba down, okay? Brazil. Jugo, zalažeš se za Veliku Albaniju. Pa mi svi levičari iz Srbije obožavamo, volimo da koljemo volimo da koljemo srpske monahe i da se borimo za tiranu. To nam je ona klasika, razumeš? Ja se probudim ujutru, poljubim sliku nekog Albanca, siđem dole, prebijem jednu časnu sestru. Mislim, tipični srpski levičar, kontaš. What's up, Little Bear? Shout out to Little Bear, dear fellow content creator and incredibly based, dear fellow streamer. Thank you very much. Bakamor, give Little Bear a sub right now, or I am going to lose my mind.
From Psalm 144. Blessed be the Lord, my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle. He is my loving God and my fortress.
Okay, fucking ISIS man. Why evangelicals influence U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East? Absolute classic. Thank you, Xi Jinping, for the fucking 6 month to Little Bear. Damn, that is so kind. That is so kind. Thank you, Anon. Very kindy of you. Very, very kindy. Very, very kind.
My stronghold and my deliverer, my shield, in whom I take refuge. May the Lord grant unyielding strength and refuge.
This was always my pitch. Like, Orientalism is bad, not only because it creates a caricature of the thing you're fighting to the east, usually to the east, because like certain small aspects of that caricature can be on average maybe even true. That's not the point. The point why Orientalism is fucking batshit insane is because it implies that you also do not share in those same caricature characteristics as the evil barbarian Oriental enemy. And this is a great example. He is calling to war. He's saying we're going to continue this war that is causing mass suffering. And then he reads from a religious text. Something that Americans have pointed to the East for doing for decades upon decades now, okay? They're not doing it out of pragmatism. They're doing it because a holy book said so. Or they are doing it and justifying it with a holy book. Does that happen in the East? Of course it fucking happens in the East. In Christian and Muslim and Buddhist and every fucking place you can think of. But it also happens in the West. So it's, it's not only deflection. It is this absurdist boomerang that always keeps flying back into their face. And that is what I find most annoying about Orientalism. It's not that to the East everybody's normal. It's that to the West they're as insane. Or more insane because they have the capacity to be more insane because, well, we don't have Tomahawk missiles that we can drop on school children.
To our warriors, unbreakable protection to them and our homeland, and total victory over those.
The worst part is that even him being a Deus Vult lunatic, this war is still the design of capital and not religious lunacy, so even this is fake. Of course. It's almost always capital or a particular government movement or paramilitary's relation to capital. Sometimes it is relation to capital through imperialism. Sometimes it is direct relation to capital. Sometimes the guys running the paramilitaries or the militaries or the private armies or whatever are capitalists themselves, right? It always goes back to class contradictions, and you justify it in whatever reactionary way you can. Reactionary way can be through the use of personal interpretation of religious doctrine. It can be through personal interpretation of gender norms. It can be through personal interpretation of what constitutes a superior or inferior quote-unquote culture. It is always metaphysics. It is always like the D&D. It is always I say a thing, and that's why we're going to kill the other guy. But at the end of the day, you're really killing the other guy because I like his shit, and I want his shit. But I'm not willing to risk my ass to get his shit, okay? That's a fucking honest thief right there. That's a fucking bandit. That's a mob guy, right? That's a motherfucker on a scooter and a mask like this that fucking steals your fucking phone. He does not create a fake, the underpinned religious argument to have like 1,000 sons on scooters and masks like this run around, steal phones for him, okay? He does this himself, but these cowards never do anything themselves. Capitalists never do anything themselves. That is at the core of what being a capitalist is. Doing nothing yourself, simply owning a parasitical class of fucking trogs that think they have anything to contribute except eternal self-sabotage. While they, at the end of the day, don't even serve their own interests. because none of these motherfuckers are even happy. That's the most fucked up thing about this whole fucking thing. You can have something like Mark Zuckerberg that is at the peak of the proverbial capitalist hierarchy, and he's still ashamed of being a little nerdy ass bitch boy, so he tries to do all of those like wardrobe changes and fake advocacy for reactionary masculinity and shit. It's all so stupid. It's system that is spiraled out of control, that is not really suitable for anyone. The People's CIA. The People's Commissariat for Internal Affairs. This is Cuphead, yes. This is Cuphead. That is why you should be very afraid of Cuphead. I know I am afraid of Cuphead. Elon Musk, world's richest friend, can't buy any friends, can't buy comedy back to life. All I wanted was to buy comedy, but nobody was going to sell it to me. Okay, I'm not going to listen to this guy read the Bible for 10 minutes. Let's listen to the general talk about biblical country America. America.
Room on Operation Epic Fury. First, let me start with honoring our fallen. As a next, of the U.S. Army Reserve's 103rd
I don't care next. No.
on duty in Kuwait. We welcome him home as well and mourn with it.
We don't next.
It remains focused on 3 military objectives. Continue to destroy Iranian ballistic missiles and drone capability in order to prevent attacks on the U.S. and others throughout the region. And this means attacking launch sites, command and control nodes, stockpiles before they can threaten our personnel, our facilities, and our partners. Second, we continue to strike the Iranian Navy and their capabilities in order to do things like sustain movement through the Straits of Hormuz. And third, we continue to start working on and going deeper into Iran's military and industrial base in order to prevent the regime from being able to attack Americans, our interests, and our partners for years to come and project power outside their borders. This
literally just imperialism, like no lie said. We want to indirectly occupy their state and not allow them to do anything that we don't want them to do. That is conquest. I'll be right back.
Means servicing production facilities, research and development sites, and infrastructure. Let me turn to the map. We're going to try digital today to prevent laser injury. Since our last update, CENTCOM continues to make progress across the southern flank. To date, they've struck more than 5,000 targets. U.S. Strategic Command bombers recently dropped dozens of 2,000-pound GPS penetrating weapons on deeply buried missile launchers across the southern flank. We also have struck several one-way drone factories to get at the heart of their autonomous capability. And of course, alongside our regional partners along the southern flank, continue to execute intercepts against one-way attack drones using fighters and attack helicopters. Our strikes mean we've made significant progress in reducing the number of missile and drone attacks out of Iran. Ballistic missile attacks continue to trend downward, 90% from where they've started, and one-way attack drones have decreased 83% since the beginning of the operation. A testament to our air defenders and our air defense systems, and as I said, our partners in the region continue to do great work as well. Second, we're making substantial...
Chat, why do I return from getting a protein bar to see you guys having an orgy while this general lists out the dead proud soldiers of Yankistan?
Progress towards destroying... the Navy. In the first 10 days of the conflict, were more than 50 Iranian naval ships into the campaign, using a combination of artillery, fighters, bombers, and sea-launched missiles. As Admiral Cooper noted last Thursday, we struck and sank an Iranian drone carrier ship, and U.S. CENTCOM continues today to hunt and strike mine-laying vessels and mine storage facilities. This work will continue. Third, against our objectives, we've begun to target Iran's military and industrial complex, again, focusing on centers of gravity to get upstream of the shooters out in the field.
Please, no Fed posting, guys.
In order to deny them the ability to continue to generate those one-way attack drones. Let me spend a minute talking about the joint force. Across the area of responsibility, this is gritty and tireless work, and I cannot begin to explain how incredibly proud I am of the extraordinary courage, tenacity, and grit and professionalism within the joint force. Last time I had a chance to talk about the Army's incredible logisticians who are out there sustaining the fight. Today I want to highlight a few groups of sailors. First, I want to thank the men and women of the Ford Carrier Strike Group and their families
for surviving the shitting shit. The ship, the Ford shitster. Thank you so much for your service. They will be traumatized forever. The fields of Shitstan. For surviving that stank. Operation Epic Third. Shit shock. Shit boat. Our hearts go out to those lost to the shittening. USS Gerald farted.
And let all of them know how grateful I am for their leadership and service. The crews on board this strike group have already been endured months at sea only to get their deployment extended. These exceptional Americans, rogered up, all supported by their families, continue to stand the watch, taking the fight to the enemy over and over again, night after night.
Shitting all over again and over again, night after night.
Aboard ships like the USS Ford and the Abraham Lincoln are a special group of sailors I want to highlight today. These are the men and women, the sailors up on the roof running operations on the flight deck. With an average age of the early 20s, these are the unsung heroes of naval aviation. These young sailors, known for wearing yellow shirts, are in charge of the catapults, taxiing jets around on the flight deck, shooting jets off the front end, and recovering jets off the back end. They are literally in
what?
Aviation. These young sailors, known for wearing yellow shirts, are in charge of the catapults,
catapulting out of that ass,
taxiing jets around on the flight deck,
jetting it out of that ass,
shooting jets off the front end,
shooting jets out of the front and the back end,
and recovering jets off the back end,
and recovering the jets.
And they are literally involved with every single movement on
every single shit. They clean it up, brothers.
The roof on an aircraft carrier. They are the last ones that a naval aviator sees before getting shot off.
Before fucking shitting
the front end.
And the front end, man. I thought they were shitting, not pissing so much. But apparently they were pissing and shitting, because I don't know how it is in English, but in my language it's the front end is the pissing and the back end is the shitting. Okay, sorry, I need to eat that thing.
We're all global economy. Fintan Monaghan.
Back to live news. Let's go.
Al Jazeera for counting the cost.
Sometimes people piss from their ass. Thank you, Florida man. Thank you for that incredible comment, man. They're shitting out of both ends.
So how can this crisis lead to more inflation? Oil is used to produce petrol, so that's one of the first things to go up in price. Then The indirect effects. A spike in the price of fossil fuels will force businesses to pay more for energy and for transport, and that drives up the prices of everything else. Those costs are passed.
Except subscribing to Ugopnik Twitch as we hit the 2nd hour and 30 minutes. This inflation will not be felt here in Ugopnik Twitch. It will not be felt at all. $6 in the developed world, less in certain other countries. Whip out your debit card and ensure that your money goes to a rent-stabilized currency, also known as a subscription to Ugopnik. And those of you who have a little bit more, who can pay their taxes, who can oil me up, look at it as an investment. Your money will sit strongly in a Ugopnik subscription. Those of you who are considering multiple months worth of subscriptions, do it now, because when the inflation hits and the prices go up, because Twitch is like, man, we got to run these servers on a lot of oil, then you will have been very smart for having purchased multiple months worth of a subscription at a hefty discount. So be a smart investor now. Don't short the oil market. Don't short the oil intelligence community corporations of America. Go very bull bear bird-ish on Ugopnik stock. That was my pitch. Now I'll wait while you subscribe, because that was the best pitch of all time. Now I'll wait. Yes, in this pitch I said bear, bull, birdish. How do you go bird on a stock? You spend all your money on gift subs. It's better than buying US bonds. Man, don't compare me to useless shit like that. My subscriptions are very good. No worries, Hell Beelzebub. You are fine. I'm waiting for my prime investors to make my stonks go up. Lol Lamau even. What's this? I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm going to finally cut my fucking beard. It's so nasty in here. It's not nasty, but it's like it's just too much hair. Thank you, Phantom, for the gift sub, for being the prime investor in long-term stablecoin Ugopnik. Israel is preparing for a prolonged campaign against Hezbollah that could extend beyond the war with Iran. According to officials cited by the Financial Times, Israeli planners expect the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran to last weeks, but officials say that Lebanon front could last at least as long and potentially continue beyond the ceasefire with Tehran. The goal, one person briefed on the planning told the Financial Times, is to inflict enough damage on Hezbollah to prevent rocket fire and remove the constant threat to Israeli communities near the northern border. Since the latest escalation, Israeli forces have struck more than 600 sites across Lebanon, mainly in the south and Beirut's southern suburbs, triggering the largest displacement there since the 2024 war, over 700,000 people. According to UNICEF, Israeli troops have expanded their presence inside Lebanese territory, establishing roughly a dozen outposts along the frontier and conducting raids deeper inside the country while weighing potential operations in the Bekaa Valley. Israeli military chief Zamir told commanders this will take considerable time. You must be prepared for that and however long it will bring. And it turns out when you're a settler colonial enterprise entity, war is all you will ever see forever.
If we're wrong about that, then this is very serious with regards to inflation. I would say actually the clear analog is to
Chat, Cuphead is going to make it a emote-only chat. I do not have control over this crazy woman, okay? She's crazy because she is a woman, but she is also a woman because she is crazy. And she's going to murder me. And 12 minutes or 23 subs, you will all commit die. You will all commit insane die. So please save yourself from commit die in chat form. And do whatever she wants, because otherwise I am going to commit crazy.
2022, and in terms of the impact on growth versus inflation, this time around we may find that the inflationary impact is less the main concern, and that it's actually growth that takes the hit this time around. This has been a very resilient U.S. economy, but the buffers between U.S. recession and between the U.S. economy and recession have now worn much thinner, and so any kind of shock at this stage can push us towards that recession. That's in the worst case scenario. But even if we move back from that worst case scenario, which, as I said, is our base case, that we do move back from the worst case, we are still in a situation where this is doing damage to the way that investors think about markets and think about risks, and the same for people in the economy. So even short of that worst case scenario, we could see investors gradually starting to price risk differently, term premium rising. There have been a lot of these shocks, negative supply shocks hitting the economy, and that does start to change investor behavior to the detriment of equity valuations and pushing term premium higher.
Rebecca, especially for Europe, I mean, is the gas equation more important than the oil one, given oil inventories in Europe are very low right now?
Well, fortunately, Europe is heading into the summer months where heating and winter protection will be less of an issue. So it really depends on how long it lasts. The EU is in the middle of a big debate over how quickly to switch to renewable.
We shouldn't be worried. The USS Gerald Ford has got enough gas for all of Europe.
And how to bolster its electric grid so that energy generated by renewables can be distributed evenly, so you don't have some places with too much electricity and some places with not enough. All of that will play into it, as well as these blockades coming from the Gulf.
And Alicia, with Asia in mind, is it an oil versus gas equation as well, or is the oil side of things the more likely to be inflationary?
I think oil is more important. Gas, well, to start, there's a lot of gas pipelines around that do not depend so much on the Strait of Hormuz. The exception, though, would be Taiwan. Is very dependent on LNG from Qatar. So that would be really a red line. It's only around 15 days of strategic reserves, which is minimal. I think South Korea, Japan, I mean, they can cope better because of Russia, but and obviously China. But still, it's a big shock for everybody. Southeast Asia, terrible. Thailand, terrible. There we do have a big problem, except Malaysia.
Yeah, and Alicia, back to you on this, but could the policy response actually make things worse? Because let's not forget, this is cost-push inflation. It almost acts like an interest rate hike, and if policymakers start to raise the cost of borrowing interest rates, that could make it a double whammy.
Yeah, we have two worrisome cases to start watching. One is Australia. There was no mention of Iran, but we had a speech, I think the
We're doomed, chat. Thank you for the bits.
Vice Governor talking about not enough spare capacity generally. But it sounds like, wow, this is not good news. And RBA hiked recently and unexpectedly in a way. So we could see more there. And the most obvious and worrisome case is Japan, because Japan, in a way, we all thought they would hike maybe July, maybe June. But now, because of the yen and all of this huge dependence on oil.
Israel is launching a broad wave of strikes on Iran. Officials there say air defense systems at Israel's northern border intercepted a number of rockets fired by the Iran-backed group Hezbollah. We also know the Israeli military is carrying out what are described as targeted ground raids across that border into southern Lebanon. CNN chief international security correspondent Nick Payton-Walsh is live in Tel Aviv. He's joining us right now. He's done extensive reporting on Israel's operation against Hezbollah in Lebanon. What are you learning today, Nick?
As you said, Wolf, it appears that we're in a slightly different phase here, where Israel is now referring to its targeted ground raids inside southern Lebanon. We only knew of two as of yesterday, one in the Bekaa Valley and one in southern Lebanon. Each time they're looking for commanders, specific facilities, but the notion of this plural now, not much other detail suggesting that the Israelis have from what I could see when we were up on the northern border yesterday, lacking the substantial numbers of troops that we could see publicly for a major ground invasion, are instead taking out specific targets. Now, that may suggest a sort of smart approach, so to speak, where they're looking to hit particular things rather than occupy a huge amount.
Nobody knows how this war is going. Yeah, because you can't really calculate how this war is going. Like, from the American side, success will be Iranian capitulation. Iranian capitulation can only come from a incredibly severe loss of life. And from the Iranian perspective, the Americans will capitulate if shit starts costing too much for the Americans, so they go against their own government's intervention in Iran. So basically have a war in which human lives versus average cost of oil and commodities. How do you calculate that? You can't calculate who's winning until the finishing line. Everything before that is just masturbation and guesswork, right? This is not a siege battle between an army of 10,000 versus a castle with 4,000. And you know that the castle people win if the other guys withdraw, or the other guys win if they take the castle. Because right now the castle is lodging rocks over at the farmyards, over at the farms that feed the soldiers that are invading the castle. And the guys invading the castle are lodging rocks inside of the castle, specifically targeting both the military, but more importantly, civilian infrastructure to make death number go up. So, the question of how is this going is impossible to answer, because you can only know how this goes depending on who wins the big bet or loses the big bet. And what is the bet? Well, the Iranian bet is that the American economy will hurt so much they will stop. The American bet is we will hit them so hard they will capitulate. That's it. So you got to wait till the end. $10,000 Iranian rocket getting intercepted by $1 million Patriot missile is still a loss for the U.S. It is. It is. Nobody's denying that. You guys have 3 minutes until I can no longer control Cuphead, okay? Because Cuphead is about to do it emote only. Cuphead, how much are you requiring from these chatters? You must tell me. I must motivate them, for I shall feel great sadness if they all commit die. Cuphead requires 2 Western taxpayers of 10 or 1 Western taxpayer of 20, and then 3 individuals to continue their subs. That is what Cuphead requires. Trust me, guys, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to sabotage my stream. It's going to suck for you because it's just going to be emote only. Like, please, don't let her do this to me. I'm a hostage in my own show most of the time, and it's either chat or it's fucking Cuphead. So, just don't do this to me. I wanna be able to give you commentary, okay? Yeah, the mods are an elite cast, okay? He's gaslighting you. How am I gaslighting you? It's Cuphead that's holding the gun. Rest in peace, chat, I guess. It was nice knowing you. It was nice having conversations, exchanging ideas. Berry Balls did a coup. Did Berry Balls just do it instead of Cuphead to move attention away from Cuphead? Are we having a Venezuela moment right now? Are we what did the Agoda just get? What the fuck? Well, good luck, chatters, until you hit the 23, I guess. This is what she's gonna do to you. Thank you, Anon. I guess it's down to 22 now. Oh my god, Fulf, motherfucker, Fulf. Thank you, everybody. Now every single one of you can say thank you to Fulf, because Fulf is the first white Westerner to pay their taxes this week. Thank you very much, Wolf. Now, take out your pitchforks, okay? Take the guns that Wolf has supplied you, and find Cuphead and Berry Balls and string them up, okay? That's who did this to you. It was not me. The emote only time. That was them, okay? That was them. I will delete them from all photos in which we have taken, you know. They will disappear like a cloud. And I will say that I had nothing to do with Beria. I had nothing to do with Yagoda, okay? Beria and Yagoda. That's Cuphead and Berry Balls. 1 minute of suffering, 100 years of revenge. So you got to remember, chat, I am your friend, not the mods. I am your friend, not the mods. I am your friend, not the mods. Let the mods gift you enough subs to ban them with. Exactly. Aye.
Kind of territory and take casualties potentially with that. And at the same time, too, persistent airstrikes. When we were up there 48 hours ago, the noise is relentless, as indeed too can be the Hezbollah rocket barrages back off in some of the towns there, with very little siren warning between siren and actual impact or interception. But this particular part of Israel's war in the region here, something of a different chapter, you might argue, than the relentless strikes we've been seeing over Iran. Southern Beirut hit again as well, and indeed the IDF putting out another repeat warning, ultimately reiterating to people to get away from the southern part of Lebanon below the Litani River and certain districts of southern Beirut. But their strikes against Iran, announcing another wave today, as you said. And clearly, I think one interesting element of the Pentagon briefing was to hear Joint Chief of Staff General Dan Kane refer to the third part of the goals here that have been elucidated by the White House and by Hegseth during that particular press conference as taking out the missiles, the Navy, and preventing Iran from having a nuclear weapon. General Kane went a little bit further, talking about how they would be targeting the military-industrial complex in Iran, the ability for Iran to make the things that cause the problem to the United States and its allies in the region. I think that is a difference that obviously will be very tethered to the reality of what the US target lists indeed are now, and the intensity.
We're already doing consent manufacturing, as you can notice, both in Fox News and in CNN, about how the complete decoupling of the Revolutionary Guard from political power in Iran is going to be presented more and more as being very complex and very difficult to pull off. Therefore, other results, very successful, very big results, should be looked at as the way we decide whether this intervention was successful or wasn't. So TLDR, they're just going to say, no, we did really well. We got to chill the fuck out because all the other shit that we promised you low-key we cannot do. Israel will, of course, not be very happy with this because the Israeli long-term plan for Iran is for Iran to no longer exist, pretty much.
Of the strikes that our colleagues have been reporting in Tehran, that residents said in Tehran kept them up all night. Well, I should also remind people, the latest death toll we have from a human rights group based in the United States is over 1,200 killed in these strikes as well. So ferocity there certainly, and enormous ambiguity from the White House as to exactly how they call this to an end. If you listen to the president, he's simultaneously saying they're very complete or near complete, but also saying this could go on for a while. It feels like he's looking for some kind of political conciliation or accommodation or, frankly, gift from the Iranian regime to allow this to turn down.
Man, they're saying it on CNN. Holy shit, blad. Listen to this again. Yeah. Consent manufacturing machine in full speed, dude.
He's saying that.
Thank you one more time to False System. Thank you very kindly for the 23. Seriously, dude. Seriously.
They're very complete or near complete, but also saying this could go on for a while. It feels like he's looking for some kind of political conciliation or accommodation or, frankly, gift from the Iranian regime to allow this to turn down. But at this point, Tehran very bellicose in its rhetoric. And the new Supreme Leader, Mujtaba Khamenei, just hearing an early warning siren here on our phones. Wolf, sorry if you can hear that. Mujtaba Khamenei not seen in public in his new role. Wolf?
So you get that early warning siren alert on your phone over there, and then what, about 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, they anticipate a missile could be coming in towards central Israel?
You mean you've been here yourself, Wolf? We get that early warning, and then 2-3 minutes potentially if it's from the north, a lot shorter launch.
Who will ever think of Israel? Baigri, thank you, Babigri. Babigri, motherfucker, 20-month streak. Thank you, Babigri. Trumpovi govori me posjećaju na nikad, izvini, bio je malo niži, crn, visoki plav.
Impact time, and then you get a specific local air raid siren that's much more familiar noise to people, which tells you to seek shelter immediately. This is basically telling everyone to move, to get ready, obviously, so the elderly, others can move at a slower pace towards the nearest shelter. We normally react on the balcony here when we hear the specific local alert, because the radar system, quite sophisticated, able to ascertain the early moment of launch, but then also the particular parts of Israel.
Oh, okay, Israel, we don't give a shit. What is this?
Next up on C-SPAN, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth is about to take questions from the press about the current military operation in Iran.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Secretary of War has been preparing all...
Let us enjoy a little bit of American comedy. I am a great lover of American comedy. It is an interesting concept. Let us watch it now.
Afternoon, and it looks like he's about ready. So please welcome Secretary Hegseth. All right, enough. Cut the track. Cut it. All right, I finished my Heg stand. And relax, it was Sprite. All right, listen up, dipsticks, okay? Because this is actually serious, okay? As you may have seen from our epic pentagram meme drops, we're treating Iran like the breathalyzer in my car and blowing it the hell up. The good news is, our operation couldn't be going better and everyone loves it. To quote my personal hero, Papa Roach, cut Iran into pieces. Make it a Trump resort. Now, the situation's complicated, okay? So let me put it in terms that I can understand. We're giving Iran a third-degree purple nurple.
Okay, that was funny. Put it in terms that I can understand is funny.
Can understand. We're giving Iran a third-degree purple nurple. All right? And we've torpedoed their ship so bad, their navy's gonna be singing, Under the Sea. Yeah, that's right. We could do Jamaican again. You're welcome. Now, a lot of the press have looks on their faces like, duh? So now I'm gonna be taking your questions and throwing them directly into a trash can. You, Hanson brother, go.
Secretary Hegseth, you said this war could...
Wait, war? Okay, whoever called this a war, except maybe the president a couple times accidentally, okay? This isn't a war. Also, why do we have to put labels on everything, okay? What are you, my high school girlfriend, which I had? This isn't a war, okay? It's a situationship. Right? We're just gonna hook up, we're gonna see where it goes, okay? If it feels good, we'll keep going, and if we get bored, we'll start hooking up with Cuba. Okay? Now, does anyone have a not stupid question?
Yeah, can you just tell us if there are gonna be boots on the ground?
Yeah, your mom's next to my bed after I bang her.
I just think the American people are worried this could turn into a total quagmire.
Yeah, good. Quagmire's hilarious. I mean, he's no Stewie, but who is? Giggity.
What is happening?
Worst thing she can say.
I need some actually funny stuff, so I refresh my brain or I'm gonna die.
Worst thing she can say is no. What if she turns around and says, tough times never last. Only tough people last. Worst thing she can say is no.
Welcome, welcome. You're gonna hate it here. We have people eating babies.
Oh, we have that. Yeah, we have that on. Yeah, we have.
There's
that.
there's
a pretty massive scandal over that specifically.
about?
No, there's like it's well known that's going on already. Yeah, we already kind of.
Last I was up there, that's not something that was going.
Soldier, here is your military-issued AR-15.
Is friendly fire on?
Private, are you even listening to a word that I'm saying right
No,
now?
I heard what you said. I just fucking hate this country. I don't know what part of that you misunderstand.
And who is the enemy?
You guys.
No, soldier, who is the enemy of the American people?
Politicians.
No, soldier, who is your enemy?
Israel.
No! Helping us today with combat training is a group of IDF soldiers.
Do you guys want to see how fast I can pull the pin in this grenade?
Now these Private!
Huh?
Are you even listening to me?
I was just thinking of the fastest way to get dishonorably discharged.
Don't you mean honorably discharged?
Absolutely fucking not.
Soldier, here is your military.
And people have access to TikTok and they watch SNL. I swear to fucking God, dude. Thank you, I know some stuff for the 26 months, you beautiful motherfucker. You motherfucker, yes. Beautiful motherfucker, yes.
I'm Rachel and I'm not paying.
Wait, I don't have enough. I always don't have enough. God damn it. God fucking damn it, I don't have enough.
Motherfucker, ich küsse deine Schwester. Hier wird nicht eingebrochen, doch für dich Einbrecher.
Bin ein Riesenjung, bin ein kleiner Riesenjung. Bin ein Riesenjung, bin ein Riesenjung. Bin ein Riesenjung, bin ein kleiner Riesenjung.
Zero excuses, man. Billionaires are billionaires, even if they make that shit kicking balls. Fuck that shit, man. Also, you cannot actually make that money kicking balls or dribbling balls or shooting balls. All billionaire sports people are not bad because they are successful sports people, but because they utilize the capital they have made from sports in order to become an actual capitalist, where they make more money from actually exploiting other people. Yes, indeed, you heard it here. Wah. It is a complete fallacy to ask the question about whether a sports person deserves their money or deserves to make so much money. The answer is, if it's all from sports, yeah, I don't give a shit. What the fuck? Sure, in socialism is going to work a little bit different, but right now in capitalism, they're not doing anything wrong. But if they use that money to start up a factory, like, I don't know, Beyonce did, and say, girls run the world, by making girls run her sweatshops, then that would be different. There you go. Random rant. What the fuck is wrong with me, dude? What the fuck, brother? Send me some funny TikToks. We're watching TikToks. The news people are not saying anything new. We have a new fucking Ayatollah. The Israelis are bombing and killing people. The economy is tanking. The Americans are saying they're going to do something about the Hormuz, and shit like that. Thank you. I don't think so very much for the gift. I don't think so. By the way, you were second last time. And next time with Gamba, we are going to give you your beautiful 20 to spin, my friend. I did not forget. Top Oilers in this chat at the end of the week get free spins on our ethical Gamba system, okay? So I did not forget you. Thank you, Tsar Alex, for the 21 months. Let's go up. Okay. What is this?
The U.S. military and Doritos are teaming up to let you know your son has been KIA in Operation Epic Fury. So for a limited time, you can get your memorial flag in zesty Cool Ranch flavor or hot nacho cheese flavor. Our cheesiest condolences for your loss. The U.S. military and Doritos are teaming up to let you know your son has been KIA in Operation...
Dude, like, this is a perfect alarm bell. Like, alarm bell, just this part.
The U.S. military and Doritos are teaming up to let you know your son has been KIA in Operation...
Like, I would love to wake up to this. Barry, that link doesn't work. God damn it, Barry. God damn it, no worky linky. Thank you, False Systems, for continuing the sub as well, you legend. Absolute legend. By the way, why is this not working? False System is supposed to be number 1 on the leaderboards thing. Why is it not working? Why is no working, the system? Guess it takes a time to update? I don't understand her. He's POW, MIA. What is this? Can I have a tweet? Yes, you can have a tweet as a treat. Whoever did this deserves free tacos for life. Ten out of 10, no notes. 10 out of 10, no notes. 0 notes, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I would browse these other ones, but I will not, because there's definitely one where his eyebrows are actually a bush of a vagina. What the fuck? Why do I keep getting these treasure trains? Holy mother of God, a treasure train! 35% off. Make that true, motherfucking true. Now is your moment to pay your taxes, to get a discount to theprogramshop.com, to support the show, to invest in the fastest growing, most international political coverage community on this platform. Prove the world wrong. Say no. A little Slavic boy in a ski mask screaming about how he says America bad is actually a great business model. Mom! Okay? Actually, my mom was always very supportive of me. That is why I'm a socialist. You bitch-ass motherfucking mama issue, dada issue motherfuckers usually turn right-wing. But yes, hype train, let's fucking go. Choo-choo that motherfucker. Let's watch some memes. Let's have some fun. And let's make that shit thick. Make that shit thick. This makes me want to lose my fucking mind. What the fuck did you just send it to me? Thank you, RXS. First truer of the true, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you, RXS, very much. Everybody say thank you, RXS.
Want to write a letter to President Clinton? Would he answer us?
Oh my God, no way. This is fucking insane.
I bet he would.
Oh my God. Oh my God, so fucking... Oh.
I bet he would too.
Want to write a letter to
Chat. Did we find that funny? I think that was fucking hilarious. Yeah, that was dark. Who said war can't be pretty? Okay, that was dark. I'm sorry. Fucking shit. I mean, if this is the last thing I see before I get a drone up my ass, I mean, it's kind of like a nice last thing to see. Thank you very much, just asking questions, you motherfucker. Thank you very much, Sky Blue, for the 5. Thank you very much for always paying your taxes. True motherfucking true. All the drones are busy right now. You're good, bro. Why do you hate my Prince Pahlavi, man?
In Serbia, we don't say go away. We say, Mush! Mamoti abbiamo bitch!
Very correct. Good job, my fellow Serbian man. Very based.
And then bass kids. In Serbia.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is my algorithm this dude? Okay.
Not good enough. We say, this needs a kurga split.
You're not even for cock. That's actually really good. I really like that one. It's very metaphoric. It's like...
In Serbia, we don't say
like when you want to tell someone you're not good enough, you're like not even good enough for dick. Like you're not, you know, because like dick is so easy to get. Well, when you're that not good for anything, you're not even for dick. Jesus, why am I explaining this?
No, that's wicked.
Because men will fuck anything. Yes. That one's interesting. Hype train, let's go.
Me la voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis, ey. Que sonrían las que ya les metían. Un VIP, ey.
No matter how many motherfuckers buy TikTok, man, we will always outplay the fucking algorithm. Let an algorithm catch this shit. Let an AI fucking generate this shit. You can't, baby, you can't.
Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. Me la voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis, ey. Que sonrían las que ya les metían. Un VIP, ey.
You're getting me in so much trouble. Do I give a shit? No, I don't. They show runs and subscribers. Ain't nobody can touch this boy. Yeah, boy. You can't tell me this isn't funny. Okay. Subs can send me links. Uncooked Lamp, thank you very much. Had to just pull trig. Yeah. That's what I like to see, man. Thank you very much, me. Who found my alt account? What the fuck? What? This is my alt account where I pretend to be, from the Middle East. Level 4 hype train, 86%. Let's go. Yes, as you can see, there is a pattern. It's either Russian or Ukrainian soldiers driving through the most post-apocalyptic shit. That's like 30% of my shit. Do you guys have a soundtrack that you listen to when you eventually get deployed to die at the hand of an Iranian super soldier? What's your playlist? What will your playlist be while you drive towards certain death against an Iranian super soldier? Thank you very much, Dovideo. First 10 gifts. Thank you for your first Western tax payment, my friend. Thank you very kindly. Thank you, Crump, very much for your gifts as well. Man, can this war just fucking end already? Seriously. Fucking seriously. I have like a hidden, a very dark thought that I had the other day. Is like I have a lot of both Russian and Ukrainian friends that I know that escaped the war or were already in the war and then moved away because they didn't want a second deployment. And because most guys that had deployment get second deployments because they're lacking fucking experienced guys on the front, like on both sides. And the very dark thought that I had was like, I'm having a beer and I'm looking at them and I'm like, wait. If the war ends, half of these motherfuckers are going to move back home. I don't want these motherfuckers to move back home. They're my friends. I want them to stay here. But the only reason they would stay here, half of them, the other half like made a new home here and stuff. The only reason they would stay here is if the war continues. So I found myself looking at people that I deeply love and going like, do I really want this war that's causing immeasurable human suffering to end? Very, very dark eugenic thought. Thank you, Pented Dioptes, for joining the community. Thank you for your first one. Thank you, Crump, for the 5. And thank you, Wandergal, for the other 5, utilizing the 35%. Everybody subscribes right now is very intelligent. It's a show of hyper-intelligence using the discount, okay? DMX, thank you very much for the 26 months. DMT, thank you for the 26 months and that very fun emote. Hugo, whenever he types a fire tweet. Let's see, we have some tweet enjoyers. This kind of feels like that, though. They really streamline the dopamine influx when it starts going like crazy likes. So good.
She doesn't take this.
But the buses around here, they're terrible. That's the one thing that I think. Oh, God, I need a beer. Beer me. Fucking beer me now.
Only British, I'm the same. What the fuck? Oh, wait. If you call me an alcoholic, I swear to God.
Beer.
I will, like, be angry about how correct you are and, like, shake my finger at you. But you would be a mean person for like, doing it and stuff.
I've got a Stella or you name it. Trust me, beer's on me all fucking day, girl. No. What's work? What is that? Never heard of it. Right, beer's on me. Let's bounce then.
Me but tequila Red Bulls. Oh, we got a player in chat. Holy shit, eh? Ovo video danas da dolaze Nikap u Ljubljanu, to mi je blizu. To vrh čoveče, ja bi došao, majke mi. Samo ne znam možete pesme, ono svi stu ideološki. Hype train, 35% off, you know what to do. We got TikToks during Hype Train. We're going old school, baby. Albania, there you go. Albania literally has no road, but has car like this. Ironically, look, the road is melting underneath their tires. Very nice cars, though. Of course, his little flag attached to car. I have little flag attached to car. It show everybody this Mercedes Albania. Albania Mercedes. Chat, 1 minute left. Save the fucking hype train. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Come on, chat. 30 seconds. 85%. It's literally just one sub to save it. Come on, let's go. Crazy timing! Crazy timing when you guys subbed and that fucking thing. Crazy timing, man. Let's motherfucking go. RXS pissing in my mouth with a 20. Western taxpayer ass fuck. And then I don't think so with a 20. Pissing in my mouth and.
Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper.
Crazy behavior.
Big Mac Whopper, hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac Whopper.
Oh, crossy behavior, man. Absolutely crossy behavior. Thank you, Pizza Famine. Thank you, RSC. Thank you, everybody. Jesus Christus, man. Jesus Christus, Albania moment. Everybody. W2 or 3 Oilers, especially Pizza Famine. They mogged really good. They mogged the shit, but, Pizza mogged like fucking crazy, Ooh, Jesus. What are you guys even doing, for fuck's sakes? That 35% discount, like, I should sell you other stuff, man. Discounts really motivate you. And I know it's not a discount. I know it's not because you enjoy my show and you want to support and you want to be nice and friendly to fellow chatters. No, it's the discount. Thank you, Pizza. Seriously. Thank you to I Don't Think So, and thank you to RXS. This week, we're going to have tough competition on the motherfucking train, man. On the motherfucking top list, dude. On the top list, we're going to have some. Ooh. And apparently we have reached Gamba mode. Holy shit. So Gamba is live. Decide you three. No, one of you. Pizza brought us into Gamba. So Pizza, think about whether you want to spin for this and potentially give me a heart attack. Or if you do not. Swillick, you can also Gamba if you choose to. Mods, producer, please keep look at what people want to Gamba, and afterwards we're gonna spin the beautiful roulette table, the only place on Twitch where gambling is actually still legal. Thank you, Vodsky, very much for the sub as well. It is Gamba time on a hype train at 35% discount, which is really, 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 really fun. Okay, let's spin. Pizza Famine. What do you want to put 50 subs on? Jesus, please don't fuck me up, dude. Oh my God. Those of you who are new, !Gamba, you will see. This is an unhinged stream that we do here. We use gambling as a way to stimulate the channel, grow the channel, and support communism. It's pretty crazy. Between 1st and 12, oh, fuck you, man. Fucking asshole, dude. Oh, no. I'll just put one. Okay. 1st and 12. First bet goes to Pizza Famine. Let me play some background casino sounds. Get you properly in the mood. Man, 50. This is real high roller shit. We got Mr. Pizza Famine. Pizza Famine spins on first to 12, a true high roller with great esteem, known in chat for great intellect and incredible sex appeal. Potential 50 for chat and potential heart attack for Ugopnik.
Black odd.
That was so fucking close. That was so close! Congratulations to Ugopnik and eat shit, Pizza Famine. I'm kidding. Thank you very much, Pizza Famine, for the 50. Thank you very, very, very kindly. Lucky 13 in the house. Next high roller at the table, RXS. Thank you very much for your second 20. Hype train go high. Hype train go strong. Would you like to bet, dear friend, Sir, Lady, NB, every category in the world, but most importantly, degenerate gambler? Question mark. You like it because originally I was going to do odd? I know you did it for me, man. I know you love me and you don't want me to feel this pain, you know? Can I put it on red? Of course, my friend, you can put it on red. Would you like to put it on red? Thank you very much for your donations. The second high roller in the room. Today we have established gentlemen from all over the world joining us at the Ugopnik Casino to support a good cause while looking at that thing spin and sipping on their beverage of choice. 20 on red. I repeat, 20 on red by the gentleman in red and with the red ideology. And we spin and we spin and we spin on red 20. Will chat win another 20 or will you, oh my god, go away.
17 black odd.
Unfortunately, Ugopnik proves one more time that he is the dominant gambler in the room. Wawawiwa. Swillick, thank you very much for playing RXS. You can try again. All of you can try again. Swillick, 5. Swillick, would you like to spin just so that we prove to these fuckers? Rigged, yeah. And when I lose 300 subs, then it's like all based. Oh, I love that he's dying. 1 minute left of hype train. Come on. Do you wanna spin? Let's save the hype train. 35% discount, and we're Gamba. This is like a way that we can reach previous scores. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Red, 5 on red by the gentleman in red. 5 on red by Swillick. We spin on red for Swillick.
22.
And, okay,
even.
fucking shit. Unfortunately, Swillick does not make the cut. The house has won 3 times. You have won 0 times. We have new bettors entering the room. I don't think so. Known as one of the newest high rollers in this community. I don't think so. Welcome in. And also thank you, Just Asking Questions, for the 5. A new but proud member of the degenerate world. Just Asking Questions. Would you like to spin the wheel of justice? Would you like to prove Ugopnik wrong in his absolute dominance over this chat? Or would you like to prove that he is actually completely correct, 100%? I don't think so. Would you like to bet? And just asking questions as well. Say yes or no, and then say what you want to put your shit on. I'm definitely betting on red. I don't think so. Ultimate High Roller puts 20 on red. I repeat, 20 on red. Going once, going twice. 20 on red, and we spin, my dear friend. And we motherfucking spin. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 4-0, 4-0, 4-0.
Black even.
Eat shit, chat. What the fuck, dude? Can I please lose once? Now I feel very awkward. Thank you, I don't think so. No, you know that next time I gamba, I'm going to lose 100% of the time. Slash's tires kill him. What the fuck? Chat actually hates me. Let's see if Uncooked Lamp, thank you very much for the 5, my friend, and just asking questions. Do you wanna spin? Okay. Check logs, you will win. Second and 12. Second and 12 for just asking questions. Second and 12 with a 5. Let's see. Second and 12. Oh my god, man. 4-0 for me. Eat shit. Oh my god. Come on. 5-0.
24.
Oh, fucking son of a bitch. 5-0 would have looked rigged. Now you know that I'm on my downward spiral. 4-1 for me, okay? Still dominating you fucks. But 4-1 for me. Here's a 5. Congratulations. Congratulations to our first victor of the day. Congratulations, Afghan Nation. Next is Uncooked Lamp. Uncooked Lamp, what would you like to see, my friend, with the 5? Uncooked Lamp. Uncooked Lamp going once. Uncooked Lamp going twice. Can't believe so many guys are still in here. Usually everybody goes away when we're gambling, but now it's high stakes. It's high stakes. Uncooked Lamp, would you like to gamble or just a donation? All on odd. All on odd. Uncooked Lamp, 5 on odd, and we spin. Uncooked Lamp, 5 on odd. 4-1 for the house.
19. Red odd.
4-2 for the house. Congratulations to Uncooked Lamp. I am getting scared now. Say rigged now, motherfuckers. Say rigged now. Say rigged now. Say rigged now. Next is Wonder Gal. Wonder Gal 96. Wonder Gal 96. I repeat, Wonder Gal 96. She is wonderful and she is a gal. Would you like to bet? Or would you just like to donate it to the show? Level 15, let's fucking go. Wonder Gal, please. Wonder Gal, tell us what your bet is before time runs out. Still rigged? How is it rigged? Wonder Gal apparently does not want to bet. Wonder Gal is above these petty degenerate behavior patterns such as gambling. Donate. Thank you very much, Wonder Gal. You see, that is what a wonderful gal does. Not like you fucking degenerates that want to fucking ruin my life. And lose because I'm 4-2, baby. Come on, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Or you suck. You suck. You suck. Oh, somebody wants it. Somebody wants it. RXL very kind today, but I know it's not because he likes me. It's because he wants to prove something. RXS, what are you putting this shit on? Let me beat the shit out of you again, baby. Let me swallow you. Come on, RXS. Let's see. Don't go with the whole I'm just donating thing. Red, bring it. True high roller here. RXS puts it on red one more time. It is 4-2 to the house. For the house. Let us see how this goes. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on. 5-2. 5-2. Son of a bitch!
You win.
Okay, you can stop now. You can all stop now. You can all stop doing this. Stop. You stop now. Now you stop. Now you stop. Now you stop doing this. Congratulations to RXS. I guess if you just keep gambling long enough, you eventually win all your money back. They said once. A guy that is very smart once said, and he said it, and everybody was like, that guy's fucking smart. I like that guy. He's an intelligent guy. But that guy was not Ugopnik. Ugopnik was like, what the hell, you on? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let us go back to TikToks because the hype train is still going on. I can't believe it. And I promise TikToks and Gamba while the hype train goes on. So it's full degeneracy stream. The only thing I need is a drink. Let's go for level 20. I mean, absolutely, let's go for level 20. That's on you chatters. How do I join the gambling? 5 gifts or up, and you can spin.
Draga, mogu ovo što...
I have this insane video of the Danish Prime Minister. Shoot it, bro. Shoot it my way. Shoot it my way, brother. Shoot it my way.
So Hassan Piker's mother's maiden name is Uyghur, and I wondered if he was related to Cenk Uyghur. Michael Gardner's telling us that he's Cenk Uyghur's nephew. It's funny, Cenk Uyghur has never really been a friend of mine either.
Yeah.
When the first time I ever...
What the fuck? Bro. He knows quite a bit.
Yeah, and he also stole the name of my fucking show. You know, this motherfucker's show is called The Deprogram. Still haven't reached out. I'm never going to reach out. I mean, I might reach out. Should have reached out. You know, this motherfucker has a podcast called The Deprogram that's made after The Deprogram. It's just fucking insane. What's this? Woo! Damn, boy! That boy, that shit got fucking bombed, man. Oh, god damn, dude. Fuck.
Hey, Charlie. You're under arrest.
Oh, we all know. Fucking motherfucker. This is so old. This is why a RAM costs $7 million now.
Perfect Serbian breakfast. Kafa, cigar. Mamoti yabamu bichiko. I just cannot remember that word, bro.
Yep. I mean, low key, it's the same. Like, I don't know why this kid's hatred. It was the same. It is the same. It's basically the same. Just we used to sing songs about mass murdering the ethnicity that's across the border, and these kids are screaming 6-7 and moving their flaying their arms about. Like, were we better? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Not sure we were better. Hype train very close to its death. Will you resuscitate it and potentially even Gamba? Ugopnik is winning 5-3, by the way. Or will you let it die at level 16 like a little coward? That is your choice, Chad. And RXS has responded to that threat I just gave him with a nice thick 10, baby. Nice thick 10.
I'm on a flight to Bangalore from Air India right now. Tell me why the route is going directly over Iran. Baba, why are you so happy about this?
You're gonna see some missile passing by.
I'm on a flight to...
Dad has seen war, bro. Dad has seen war. He's like, I miss those days. I miss those days. Dad, do you get PTSD from the war? No, I miss those days. I didn't have to listen to you, you stupid fucking child. I got to scalp the enemies of my motherland. RS, do you want to spin, motherfucker? Do you want to spin, motherfucker? Do you want to spin, motherfucker? My car got impounded and it will take 5,500 to get it back. Jesus Christ. Red all day. Red with a 10. Why did it get impounded? Why did it get impounded? Okay, 10 on red, son of a bitch. Again, my fucking heart rate. Oh my god, did it die? Did the hype train die? It died. Still, level 16. Very impressive. Very impressive shit. Let's bet. RXS. Let's see, brother. Let's see. 5-3 for Ugopnik for now.
36.
Okay, no, fuck
red.
you. Now I told you. I told you it's gonna just be a continuous stream. A continuous stream of victories for you guys. I absolutely told you. I fucking told you. The video is insane. I can come on the stream and translate. So it's not translated yet. It's not translato. It's not translato. Okay, hype train over. Back to the news. Israel L, Iran W, America dead soldier. RIP. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations to RXS for gambling really good. RXS, you're a professional gambler. RXS, do you gamble in real life? I wonder. Do you want to gamble in real life or no? Because you're very good naturally, son of a bitch. Man, I don't want like you fucking high tier motherfuckers rolling in here, fucking ruining my shit. I'm gonna call the mob on you, dude. You know that this operation is mob run, communist mob run. Good for you. Thank you, I don't think so, for the gift. Thank you very kindly, my friend. How many have you lost so far? A few, my friend. I've lost 10, 30, 35, 40. I lost 40. Son of a bitch, you motherfuckers. I lost 40. Got bad. I lost 40. Why did it get impounded, man? Unless maybe it's personal. I don't want to. There's a 2 minutes and I can live translate. Shows the lunacy of suck thems. We can do that maybe, but next time. I am mob. Yes, Aiden Cooper is mob.
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
Wow.
Okay.
Come on, man. Really, that reaction? Holy fucking shit. And before you say, how dare you laugh, this is so scary. I have been bombed. I have lived during an era of bombardment, so there you go. Use me as great, like, third world guy that can laugh at man being bombed, okay? Damn, okay. Wait, come on, wait for it.
Okay.
Damn, okay, Miami, yeah, my. No, weren't you safer in New Jersey, bruh? Let me go back to New Jersey, eh?
Go! יא בני זונות, יו, אני בהלם. אני בהלם. יו, אני בשוק. אני פאקינג בשוק.
אני fucking בשוק. Chat, remember, this is not you. This is from a year ago. Fuck, I keep falling for fake news, man. I'm gonna have to start to time out motherfuckers that send me shit that this is not what it is. Still, that was a good link, but like this was from last year, motherfucker. Like, you got, I trust Barry. If Barry said it's from last year, it's from last year.
That are targeted by these missiles as they get closer, Wolf.
And very quickly, I'm going to let you run to a shelter if you have to, Nick, but are most of the rockets and missiles and drone strikes coming towards central Israel, Tel Aviv, for example, where you are right now, coming from Iran or from Hezbollah forces in Lebanon?
A mix. Over the last week, we have heard of combined strikes. I think the majority we've been seeing, the alerts have said this fired from Iran. But as we were just saying earlier on, we saw ourselves rocket launches from Hezbollah in the north. Sometimes that targets the shorter areas in northern Israel. We have an occasional instance seen some, I think, trying to get closer towards central Israel. But obviously Hezbollah are under enormous pressure at this point, Wolf.
All right, stay safe over there. And we're showing our viewers some live pictures from Beirut. You see the smoke coming up. Israel is continuing to launch its strikes against Hezbollah targets throughout Lebanon right now as well. All right, Nick Payton-Walsh, thanks very, very much.
There's also new video we want to show you from coming in from northern Iraq in the Kurdish region there. Eyewitness video shows a massive fire burning near the UAE consulate. This is after 3 drones were reportedly shot down. Also, new video is coming in from Dubai, really over the beach in Dubai. Take a look at this, showing a fighter jet firing a missile at what appears to be an Iranian drone. The video, though, ends before we see whether that missile makes impact. CNN's Paul Hancock is live in Abu Dhabi for us this morning. What's the very latest that you're picking up from there?
Well, Kate, we've had an emergency alert here in Abu Dhabi in the last sort of 10 minutes or so, and we understand from authorities that there is a fire at a facility in the industrial area of Abu Dhabi. They say, as far as they know at this point, there are no casualties. We did hear as well a number of hours ago, early this morning, maybe up to 10 interceptions overhead. So it is continuing, no let up in the retaliation from Iran at this point, certainly when it comes to the UAE.
I've flown through Abu Dhabi with some Russian friends, and they they told them they didn't check into the flight, and they did check into the flight, and then they took them at like $150 or some shit. It's the only thing I know about Abu fucking Dhabi. I've been to Abu Dhabi when I was younger, though, but I don't remember jack shit. Have you seen this Venezuela strike on Israel? What? Venezuelan strike on Israel, what? Ah, yeah, that's classic, yeah. The main thing that is very concerning about the strikes in the UAE, as I've said many times, is that it is hitting 2 things. One is a European key source of economic well-being, which is going to the UAE and eating shit for money, okay? The EU economy cannot survive without sending its people abroad, specifically to Dubai, to eat shit for money, okay? So that is very bad for the European Union. And for the Emiratis, it is very difficult because their main source of pleasure in life is shitting in people's mouths. So now, because of the fucking Iranians, the fucking Americans, the fucking Israelis, both the Europeans and the UAE people have to suffer, okay? Some can't get money to eat shit, and the other ones cannot shit in mouths. It is an unfortunate situation. Dubai chocolate, yes. Thank you very much, Barco's Language. Let's get a shout out to our raiders. Thank you very much, Barco's Language. It is nice to meet you. Here's a follow from my end. Let's all give our beautiful raiders a nice welcome and a nice follow. Hope you had a great raid. Man, Ufigi really wants us to watch this thing. Okay, let's watch this thing. Ufigi got it AI translated. Okay, let's watch this thing. Okay, so give us context. What are we watching? This is who? This is... what are we watching? What is this? Okay? And Dubai Chai. Dubai Chai. This is the Danish Prime Minister. She is a suck them Prime Minister. Okay, let's listen.
Age limit on TikTok or higher student aid.
Okay, wait, let me increase sound by, well, a lot.
Yes, definitely an age limit on TikTok.
Age limit on TikTok. Wait, let me increase everything. Okay.
What is more important, an age limit on TikTok or higher student aid?
Yes, definitely an age limit on TikTok.
An age limit on TikTok or higher pay for nurses?
Age limit on TikTok, and it is...
No, this has to be fair.
It's not, because I don't think higher pay is important. That age limit, it is super important because it is destroying our children.
That is the choice. An age
what the
limit on TikTok or cheaper public transport?
Age limit.
Is this new Nazism?
On TikTok.
An age limit on TikTok or lower food prices?
Oh, I am sticking with an age limit on TikTok.
An age limit?
I'm going to throw myself out of a window.
On TikTok or more money for the green transition?
Age limit on TikTok.
It is important.
It is super important.
You get what we're doing right now. This is stuff for TikTok.
Yeah, you are one of the ones who makes good content.
Thanks.
But there are just so many who don't.
An age limit on TikTok or fewer refugees to Denmark.
I think I'll say fewer refugees to Denmark, because there are such big integration problems. Some of those young boys who commit crimes, I'm so tired of them.
So there was a real shift there. Fewer refugees.
Okay, now I understand why you really wanted me to watch this. Let's take Greenland. Fuck it. Critical support for the American empire. Just to make her angry. Just to make her angry. Like literally just to make her angry. I'm kidding. Please don't take Greenland. Donald Trump, famously a fellow chatter of Ugopnik Twitch that listens to everything I say. This is a Nazi, but instead of Jews, it's TikTok. Classic social fascist.
Refugees to Denmark or more money for psychiatry?
Fewer refugees to Denmark. And here I am allowed...
Man, he is eating her a lot. Like he can't believe what he's hearing, right? Is this guy a chud? Because I don't think he's a chud because he's making her look insane. He's playing chess while she's playing checkers. He's making her look completely insane. TikTok, more than everything except racism. We must racially purify them. She is a social democrat. I'm talking about the gentleman here who's eating her alive. Unironically, this is opinion on immigrants by 25% of Swedes. Yeah. 25 is still low.
allowing myself to be a little...
You are pushing it.
Well, I know that already. I am sorry. But when you say it like that...
It is very simple.
Managing foreigners, I think, is one of the most important things.
We get that. Let's move on. Fewer refugees to Denmark.
I guess by managing TikTok to an extent, we're also managing foreigners, foreign opinions that are confusing our beautiful Danish children.
Or cheaper housing.
I am sticking with fewer refugees to...
Fewer refugees.
Oh my God, there's no way.
To Denmark or more money for public schools.
Please, like, bombard TikTok with this video. Write subtitles and bombard TikTok with this video. If you post it anywhere, it will have literally 1 million views. Everybody needs to know how fucking stupid this fucking lady is. Please.
I am sticking to it. And I am, because if we don't have our immigration policy under control, we won't have a good public school.
Fewer refugees to Denmark or keep Greenland as part of the Kingdom of Denmark.
Oh, but that choice is impossible.
That is the game. You said yes to the game.
Well, you can't do that. And...
but you have to...
Number, yeah, come on.
There is no way you can do that.
I dare say if you were here with the king, he'd give the same answer. Because...
I've written to the king, he won't answer me.
And I actually think he'd be willing to, but I believe he gets quite a lot of inquiries coming his way.
Okay, should I choose for you? Should we skip it then?
Yes.
And the funniest part about this video is that it's for TikTok. That's the funniest part. She's doing it with a TikToker.
Then let's skip it.
Fewer refugees to Denmark or more money for the defense.
When you ask me today...
And I am asking today, November.
Then I say more money for the defense. Because if we can't defend ourselves, then we risk something really bad.
Man, why is this person in charge of Denmark? This feels like you picked up a random fucking racist idiot from the street and just gave her the executive board. What the fuck? Like this, she doesn't only sound, just innately ideologically fascistic. She also sounds like lobotomized. Like she sounds stupid, like fucking dumb. She's like, oh, well, fucking foreigners or fucking defense. We need defense because it's important to defend ourselves. Like it's like because our prime minister has to be from one of the two centrist parties. Racism is part of the job requirement. Can Russia just take Denmark already? I'm over it. Hugo has discovered Danes. I work with them on almost a daily basis. Some of my mods. I have like a close friend, fucking Emil or whatever his fucking name is. Not close friend, but acquaintance. He makes robots. He's a very nice Danish gentleman. I have good normal Danes. But I guess they are not average Danes. Hugo has discovered the average Dane. Okay, maybe. I've only interacted with the creme de la crop of Denmark. You're doing the not all Danes are bad. Well, from my experience, they're not. But this is making me lose my mind. This is who you elected. A lady who says that she would rather ban TikTok than give higher affordability for housing or then give higher wages to nurses, and then turns around and says the only policy that I would put in second place to banning TikTok, I live for banning TikTok. Banning TikTok, I wake up in the morning, I want to ban TikTok and shoot some blacks. So, but first I think about shooting blacks. Then I think about banning TikTok. Okay? It's a hierarchy. They're pretty close. I truly enjoy both. Both are my passion. But if I have to choose, shooting blacks. But right after I shoot a couple, I will ban TikTok. Blanks, no. Blacks. I'm racism. I am doing a racism. More specifically, Muslims. They're all, the two races, they're all blacks. Okay, John Fetterman. We found the female John Fetterman, ladies and gentlemen. The female John Fetterman. Somebody give that man a sub right now. Oh, pičku materinu. Oh, I gotta run. I wish I could stay because you gotta fucking have a meeting with the deprogram boys on First Thought. What the fuck are we gonna do with that thing? Thank you, Jura, for giving them a sub. But seriously, Ufigi, thank you so much for playing this for me. Yo, Balkans from chat. Did this, like, I'm specifically talking to Balkans from chat, not only because I'm a Balkan, but because we have, like, awful presidents. I just felt fucking patriotic for the first time in months. Maybe even in years. First time I kind of low-key like, our government's not that bad. Because my government doesn't want to ban TikTok and kick out foreigners. What the fuck? We have the lowest threshold, and yet somehow the Danes make me feel like a patriotic Balkan. Does Turkey count to an extent, I guess? You got a flag boner, yeah. You go nationalist. Tužno, jel da, brate? Mislim, pogledaj ovo, brate. She also wants to buy Israeli missiles. Fantastic. Slovenia is racist, but Slovenia compared to Denmark sounds like an internationalist communist utopia. Oh my lord, dude. Man, the time has come. You know how a lot of us Balkanoids refugees moved to Denmark during our Yugoslav war? It is time for payback. You guys should move to the Balkans, bro. All of you come move to the Balkans. I want all of you to move to the Balkans right now. Like Danish refugees willkommen. Danish refugees willkommen. Wait. Danske Flytinge velkomne. Danske Flytinge velkomne. Danske Flytinge velkomne til Balkan. Til Balkan. I can't do the accent. I will do white replacement to the Balkans, but with Westoids replacing Balkan. Holy mother of God. I did not expect to watch a clip like that. Anyways, who should I raid, chat? Thank you so much to all the Oilers, all the taxpayers. All of you are fucking base as shit today, man. I love you, cunts. We reached 4,243. That's insane. That's actually whack. That's fucking crazy. You guys are insane. I did contribute a lot to those subs, though, because I kept losing. But still, can I come as well? All Swedes allowed? Of course. Of course. Just don't bring your fish. Should raid the country of Denmark. They need new management. You know what? Let's raid Zakap. I have not raided Zakap in a while, and Zakap was one of the first people that ever raided me. So now that we have hit this incredible threshold, let's send our love back. Please, everybody, go give Zakap a follow. We are raiding Zakap. I repeat, we are raiding Zakap. Treat Zakap nicely. Barry, show them what to spam. Thank you, mods. Thank you, producers. Thank you, life, for having given me this community, having given me this job, having given me this uncircumcised dick, and having given me the fact that I was not born in Denmark. Everybody who is not born in Denmark, write 1 in chat. Everybody who was born in Denmark, write 2. Let's see how many lucky people we have. Let's see how many lucky people we have. There's a 2. Okay. There's another 2. There's 3 2s. Holy shit. There's 4 2s, son of a bitch. And all based people, actually. All pretty based guys. My condolences to the 4 of you. 5. Oh my God. Thank you, God, that I am not Danish. Or at least not born in Denmark. Being Danish is cool. Living in Denmark is probably insane. Okay, guys. Thank you. I will see you tomorrow. God bless all the countries except Denmark. Bye.